effort to provide for the customer and make sure they are not fucked around again, right? And what we're gonna just let people in, and they were polite, but you guys don't know. Like
I don't, Liam. I don't.
Be glad you don't.
That's why you're here.
Let's exactly. It's ridiculous. I don't have time for games, ladies and gentlemen. I honestly do not. I have too much going on. I've taken a day here because it's election day, and we're gonna have a fun little.
It's not stream. Your election day; it's our election day.
Yeah. Well, it is. Your election day is the one that.
Oh matters. No, your day is Felix Haas Appreciation Day. Our day.
True. Yes. Please appreciate Felix, people. Give him some appreciation and shed.
Or get their DTFO.
Yes.
Liam, I gotta get the heck out of here because I gotta go.
You do. See you later. If this is true, bring me Ethan Van Sciver. If this is what he said and it was not a joke, bring him to me.
What are you talking about?
Now.
Who?
EBS and Malin streamed with him for hours. It's clear to me that Nasser will return with open arms.
Oh, you want to get Nasser in here or EVS?
No, Ethan. Bring me Ethan and John. Bring them to me now. I'll be live all day.
What are you talking about? Who are you? Orange Emperor?
That's right. I'm the Orange Tyrant. Bring them to me. I'm online. I'll be online all day. They can tell it to my face. They can say it to my face. They can tell me I'm wrong to my face.
Well,
if this is what's going on. If this is what's going on, share the stream out. I'm waiting. I'll wait because I will not abide this. Got people saying
if EVS shows up, I'll leave. You know what?
Yeah.
If y'all can get EVS in here, I'll leave.
Everyone does because we'll deal with this. I will not tolerate this.
And I know y'all want me to leave.
You're not in a position to say who is not Comicsgate? Sure I am. Sure I am.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Afterlife with Nasser, episode 30. Beanfrompa is the leader of Comicsgate, Malin Militia. I am here with John Della Rose. How's it going, John? John, you're muted still.
Bring Ethan to me. I'll be here all day, Nasser.
John, I feel seen. I thought for sure you were gonna put that in your name here on StreamYard. I thought you were gonna put "I feel seen."
I actually don't know how to change my name on StreamYard. I've never looked into any of the functionality.
Really? Like after you click the link, it like confirms with you like the name you want.
Oh, it does. You're right. Yeah, I just pressed confirm, and I've done that since day one, and I put zero effort into YouTube. So there you go.
Yeah, same here. I only recently started attempting to edit. And right now I'm looking for a tweet because there's one tweet I forgot to pull up, probably the most important tweet. I'm just scrolling back real quick. It should only take a second to find, but there we go. I just found it. Anyways, let me catch up with the chat and see what's going on. We got 11 people in here, guys. Please hit that thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever one you prefer, honestly. Share out the link to the stream. Let's get some more people in here. We got quite a few things to talk about. Let me go over the chat a little bit. We got my shilling here, of course, for my book of Sile. You guys can back it right now. We just crossed $3,000 on the last stream.
I finally backed it because you shamed me.
I had to shame you like 2 or 3 times. But we also got my books on Amazon, you guys. If you guys want to buy my books, they make great Christmas gifts. Haven't showed them a lot because of my campaign right now. But if you buy them, you can get them into Amazon in a day or two, and it'll make it in time for Christmas. They also make good late Christmas gifts. Or you can get the ebooks, read them on any device. Also, I posted the link here for John Della Rose's Indiegogo. He's got his holiday bookstore on Indiegogo. I also put the link for his YouTube down in the description. Forgot to put it in the chat, but it's in the description. If you guys aren't subbed to John yet, what are you now? How close to 2,000?
I'm down because I lost 2 from this morning's raid on me. So I'm down to 1978. So I need 22 people to come subscribe to the greatest comic book channel of all time.
All right, so John's asking you to go sub to Ethan Van Sciver. You could sub to John too, the second greatest comic book channel of all time. But let's see. Just saying says WTF YouTube. A little notification next time would be great. I'm usually late because of this kind of crap. Yeah, YouTube notifications are they're literally the worst. Matt C is quoting my favorite part of the intro. Actually, like even more than the Bring Me Ethan and John is when Lord Finatra's like, "I don't, Liam, I don't." Oh boy, we got Deltaverse Comics in here for $3. Thank you very much. Here's your $3, fool. I don't know if you saw this. I posted on Twitter earlier that I just needed like $2 and some change to reach $100, so I could get paid from YouTube. And so I was just like, I need one of you guys to send a $3 super chat in today's stream. So thank you very much, Deltaverse Comics, for putting us there. So now I'm going to get my $100 because you have to hit that $100 threshold. It's awful. I hit it. Let's see. Last month I got like $120 from YouTube, and that was the first time I had gotten paid since like April. So it took me like 7 months, and most of that all came in like November, because that's when I had Ethan on a few times, and I got a bunch of super chats. So hail Ethan.
Shoot, I need to get Ethan on my channel if I can get some super chats from it.
Facts. Because we had like 100-something people in here, and like I was just getting a bunch of super chats. But maybe Ethan will come by. I sent him the link. Actually, let me double check that I did send him the link. I'm pretty sure I did. But let me just double check, because maybe we could get him in here and get more super chat. Yeah, he has the link. So maybe we'll get Ethan in. We do have a lot of stuff to look at, you guys, but I'm still going to catch up with the chat real quick. And we got about 15 people in here, guys. So hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, share out the link. Let people know we're going to be going over some tweets again. We're going to force John here to do the soy voice for these people. John Manuel says, what up, Doe? Nice to see you here, dude. Nice to see P Money in here. Nice to see Oni64. Says Beanfrompa. Let's see. We got Just saying hail JDA, hail chat, hail Asile. Bullet says, who is the leader? Well, it looks like the leader is Beanfrompa. I don't know where to start with these tweets, so I'm just going to pull up what might be the most important one.
Hail Just saying.
You're like
just
5 minutes late.
Just saying's my leader because he said hail JDA. So
you're like 5 minutes late on that. Are you on some sort of delay here?
I don't know. Well, it looks like there's nothing being said in the chat like recently in 5 minutes. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, I read this though. I read this and you didn't say anything.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you can see how much John De La Rosa is paying attention here, guys. But this is probably the most important tweet out of all of them. Oh, is it not going to play?
Wait. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too.
That's just gold. That's just gold. I love these tweets. Ethan's awesome for these. These were cracking me up on the stream, and then afterwards, like I saw some of these. Like, oh, this one right here is hilarious. Oh, Bean was like, "Does Doug make him call or does Doug make people call him Caesar too?" Bean said. And then he posted a comment where she said, "Hail Caesar," and he's like, "Is this you?" And then this person's like, "Society never hit a woman." EVS.
Terrible. I don't know. I don't like this whole like hate one person because they hang out with this person and hate this person because they hang out with this person, and then it all goes in cycles. And as soon as you hate the right person, they follow you and like you, and as soon as you don't hate the right person, they unfollow you and hate you. It's like it's
right.
old. I mean, for a person who just wants to make comics and just fight against like Star-Lord, like doing
degeneracy,
creepy degenerate shit. Like that's what I'm here for. I'm here to be the alternative to that, so that you don't have to read that crappy Guardians of the Galaxy and sit there and watch like some creepy Billy Corgan alien guy like make soy eyes at Star-Lord while Star-Lord is banging his wife. Like,
right.
I don't want that in my comic books, and so I'm making an alternative, and I'm here to fight against that.
Right. And not to get too off topic here and then talk about the Star-Lord stuff, because we do have tweets to look at, but like that is like the number one example of why we need the Comics Code Authority. Like we'll probably do a whole stream about that.
We should go through it. We should go through Seduction. We should do like a book club Seduction of the Innocent like read through and actually discuss why that book was correct.
facts like oh my goodness, he's like hey, why do children have access to these books? And then everybody since then has been spurting out like, how dare he. But speaking of spurgouts, it's just so funny to me, dude, how I did not say one word about Doug TenNapel, but these people still, like 3 days later, are still just screeching. Like all the stream said was F Doug in the title. You ever do something?
I did say one word about Doug TenNapel, to be clear. So
okay, but I'm just saying, like everyone's like, how dare you hate Doug and blah blah blah, and how dare you? Which I've never said one bad thing about Doug. Like I've even said like I'll probably still buy his next book because I liked Bigfoot Bill and I liked Earthworm Jim. So, but it's funny how they're freaking out over like the title of the stream, like just because it said F Doug. Like I've gotten notifications from people that are like
anybody who knows you knows that you've done like silly clickbait streams and titles of your videos that like are just absolutely off the cuff. They don't really mean anything. I remember like you reviewed one of my books and you titled the video "Is JDA and SJW?" and you reviewed the book positively, and it was like a positive review about the book. It had nothing to do with that, but you titled the stream that just so it would get clicks because it's funny.
Bro, for real, great. Like that, and it was called "Is the Cosmic Warrior" by John
SJW.
SJW, yeah. And like that's funny too because it gets so many clicks. Let me show you what happens when I don't do that. Let me pull up YouTube on my phone here so I can show you like my last review compared to that. Here, let me see. Oh, here it is. Let me get it pulled up here. Sorry. Let me put my camera so you can see it. This is the very last review I did. 27 views. Everyone knows if you put SJW in the title, if you put something like, if you put Doug's name or Ethan's name in the title, it's going to get views. But this book, I reviewed a short story collection called Nightmare Flower. I reviewed it, 27 views. But then if I did that for your book, if I just said, reviewing Cosmic Warrior, we'd get 27 views, John. The fact that I put is it SJW like got everyone to click. And people don't understand that. And it's so weird because like I've even explained a couple times on Twitter, like, hey, I didn't say anything about Doug. It was just in the title. And then people are going through, like, liking all the tweets in between that and completely ignoring it. Like, they're just looking for something to get mad at. They're looking for a reason to turn on you.
Fight. And the real truth about this is you're like, look, I want to sell books and I'm going to be friends with Ethan again because, like, obviously that's where I was selling books and I made a mistake. Right. And since you said that, like, they just want to look for reasons to hate you because of that association at that point. So there is an EVS derangement syndrome out there. It's real. Completely. And, it's just sad. So
completely. EVS derangement is real. And everyone, like, they're so weird because they're like, no, you have to be good with Doug. You have to be cool with Doug. And it's just like, how? Like, Doug called me up to say he was blocking me. Like, if he's going to be that soy, before I even returned to CG, mind you, all that happened was I had Ethan and Malin on my stream. We talked civilly for a couple hours while I was trying to shill Skinny's book, Otis Stein. That's all that happened. And
which is great. Yeah,
right.
It's great.
We got him like 14
be able to hang and talk about Skinny's book and be civil and chill with Skinny,
right?
And talk about Malin's book and be chill with Malin, and talk about Ethan's book and be chill with Ethan. Honestly, if Gail Simone wants to freaking come on and be chill and talk about her books and not talk about other stuff, let that happen too. We're all here for comic books, right? In theory,
right? And it's just like Doug just got like so like scared just by me having a civil conversation with somebody. Like, Ethan derangement syndrome is real, and like it all comes from Doug, from whispering in people's ears. Let me see what else is going on here in the chat. Bullet says, was that Bean? Yes, it was. Oni64 says, Beanfrompa wants to box Ethan for the title of leader of CG.
I would pay-per-view watch that match. That'd be fun.
That'd be hilarious. Deltaverse Comics says, don't worry, John, I still hate you.
Oh, that's good. Thanks, Delta.
P Money says Nasser can title the streams whatever he wants. If and when I start a YouTube live stream, every title will include Kick Nasser on it. That's fine by me. Fine by me. It's so funny how people get outraged at clickbait. Like, you know what was funny? Like, my friend Andrew showed me this video the other day where this dude, this dude. Okay, in the thumbnail, he's holding a vinyl record, right? And on the well, it's gonna make more sense if I could find the picture, if I could, because it's funny. Like, he clickbaited people into this. Like, there was like a really normal cover, with just like a dude and a chick on the cover, and it was like top 5 vinyl record covers that offend me. And it's funny because like he used one in the thumbnail that was obviously clickbait, but then in the actual video he just talks about vinyl record covers that just have boring art. But it's like everybody in the comments was just spurging because they didn't actually watch the video. They just wanted to be outraged. Like, let me see if I can still find this on our messages here. Like, let me see if I can still find that.
It was really funny. My channel doesn't really get into this stuff at all. I stick to like the cultural topics, and that's why it's been growing, I think, lately. As I have a very consistent anti-SJW message, and I show how they're just destroying culture, and I show alternatives to that destruction of culture. That's what I do over on my channel. So please go subscribe. But I found it ironic yesterday. I was sitting when watching your chat yesterday, and there's probably 10 people in here being like, I hate you, Nasser. You're all about the drama, the drama, the drama. I'm not supporting you because of the drama. And yet they're all here, all talking about the drama, and I open up a stream later that isn't about the drama. Not one of them showed up.
Right. Not one of them showed up. That's the thing. That's the thing. Is like they all show up to get fake offended, but they'll never show up just for a normal stream. And let me well, here, let me show you also what I was talking about. Like, this dude posted this. This is like his thumbnail where it shows like this, and it said something like let's see, like 5 album/CD covers that are truly offensive to me. But it's funny because the video is not what it looks like. Like, in the video, he just talks about like records and stuff that just have like boring artwork instead. But because he has, that specific thumbnail, like everyone showed up in the comments to be like all fake offended, like, you're an SJW and stuff. Like, it's funny like how people are just looking for a reason to turn on you, like, instantly and viciously too. Like, and it's just weird. Like Matthew D. Reese, he's got a channel with like 100 subs, maybe even less. I've been on his channel before, and I've watched a few of his streams, and I'm like, hey, man, you got a really good channel here. I'm surprised you don't have more subs. Then out the blue, this dude's like, oh, you said F-Dog in the title of your stream. This cost you my support. Like, why is he freaking out? Like, these people are so weird. Like, are they looking for, like, PP touches from Doug? I don't really know, man.
The answer is yes.
I think so. Maybe they just want to get on his stream. I don't know.
Everybody's kind of got their whoever they like, and if you hang out with the wrong person, you're unpersoned. If you don't like the right person, you're unpersoned. And I've been through it before, so it's nothing new to me. It doesn't even faze me at this point.
Yeah. You know what, John? I feel seen.
As long as you feel seen, that's what's important.
Oh boy, I think I might have forgot to pull that one up too. There's so many tweets I needed to pull up that
we should just keep it on the screen so that people can feel seen with us.
No, this was on Cartoon Network. I'm like, what's going on? like I could not believe it. Like, after my stream yesterday, I was listening to your stream because I think you went live like towards the end of mine, and then by the time I was done, you were done, and then I was listening to yours on replay. And you were like,
I did a live like dramatic reading of the full text of the Cartoon Network comics about gender pronouns. It was incredible. I mean, it was probably my finest moment.
But like, I was watching that on my phone, so I was like moving around, I was doing stuff, so I wasn't like looking at the screen. When you started talking about like what was on the screen, I stopped whatever I was doing, and I looked down. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! like, I'm Alex. Mine are they, them too. I feel seen.
I feel seen.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I feel seen has to be the most retarded. Oops, I probably can't say that on YouTube without getting you banned. Sorry. The most musical term for slowing down. To retard. It's not retard. It's to retard. Like slow down, right? As I feel seen. So there. Now you're really in trouble, Nasser. I'm sorry.
This is why we need to bring bullying back.
Yeah, that's your takeaway, is that we need to bully people so that it doesn't get to this state to where they feel like they're totally safe to act like this. So yeah,
it's also because it just makes people soft if they don't get bullied.
Yeah. We got to toughen up Alex here. Alex doesn't need to worry about whether they them feel seen. Alex needs to worry about getting a swirly and putting a stop to that, right?
Right. We got Zeno in the chat, says, my pronoun is they, them as well. I am Legion, for we are many.
Yeah, there is definitely something to that, Zeno.
Oh boy. That's how anti-CG thinks they are. Like, we are many. We are Legion. But really, it's like 12. It's like 12. And I'm hearing an echo. It might be gone. They're just like 12 weirdos. But let me let me share my screen. We'll go back to some of this here. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, I have to click back. I didn't realize I clicked on that. We'll play this again because it's funny.
I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too.
Okay, well, let's go through some of these. I have a few of the ones from yesterday pulled up still. But I guess we'll start here. I didn't pull these up in any particular order. So, what is Vicky? Okay, it looks like we've got like a long thread of quote tweets to go through. But I think you might have sent
me because I chimed in on Doug, and I probably shouldn't have chimed in on Doug because I'm sorry, when a guy goes at you and starts accusing you of being racist and Nazi and all that stuff,
right,
it's irksome, right? And so unfortunately that's what happened between me and Doug a long time ago. And should I get over it? Probably. But there's something about not being apologized to about that it's just like, dude, everybody calls you. Look, I mean, especially when you're watching the guy and it's like Sean Gordon Murphy's going to do a cover for his book and he pulls out because all these SJWs keep called Doug a racist Nazi. It's like, dude, okay, do you see why you shouldn't do this to me now? And the answer is no, he still doesn't see it. And it's like, gosh, that sucks. It just sucks. So I shouldn't have chimed in, but I did. And I don't, it's well known that I don't, all these people already know I don't like Doug, but since I've been hanging with you and I've been nice to Ethan, they're watching for these tribal signals to pounce and attack me. And since I did that, Riss and that NAP guy, just pounced on me. And then NAP went further and started, subtweeting me on his wall and, talking about how he's totally not outraged while simultaneously
while crying.
NPC mask seethe, right?
Right. Well, you know what's funny?
I'm
not
like,
okay,
I'll tweet you back and I'll start making fun of you because obviously you're triggered and you're going to attack me, so I'll attack you. So at that point, Vicky got really upset because I hit him back, and she didn't like the way I hit him back because I was calling him MAP, like MAP. Instead of NAP.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Which I believe you were doing yesterday. But I thought that was a pretty funny joke. And and Vicky had to pull the whole some jokes are not funny, sort of thing to try to, and then a bunch of people piled on me. So it was
right.
upsetting.
But before we get more into that, I just do want to because something you mentioned was interesting. You mentioned Sean Gordon Murphy that pulled his cover from Doug's project. Isn't it weird how Doug treats that guy with more respect than he does me? Like that dude was like, no, you guys were right. Doug is like a Nazi transphobe. I'm gonna pull my book from or my cover from his book that he was already selling and people back for that. And then it's like me just talks to Ethan once. And Doug's like, no, I must block you. You're evil. It's so weird to me, man. It's so weird to me. Let me see. Okay, 32 people in here, guys. Hit the thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever one you want. Share out the link to the stream, and we're gonna get into these tweets here, John. So, as far as calling the Nap Dude Map, me and John both acknowledge that this dude is not a pedo. We're not calling him a pedo. It was just a funny joke because it's Nap.
A funny joke. Nap, we don't actually think you're a pedo, and Vicky, we didn't actually think he's a pedo, and nobody actually thinks that. So that's like, it's ridiculous. But what can you do?
It's just a funny way to dunk on somebody. It's just a joke, but like we're gonna
names, and that's what they do. They call me Rice Boy and all that all the time too. It's
right.
like, you know, I mean, I could get
but you're not a rice boy.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna read Vicky's tweets, and I guess you could just read your own. But she's quote tweeting you here, and she says, "No, John, it's not funny that you are defending. You're implying he's a pedo is effing disgusting." Like
it's interesting when people want to force outrage and force people fighting and try to stir up drama. There's always like, it's not you're saying, it's you're implying. It's implied, right? It's always implied. And I noticed when Cheyenne kind of went at me too. When I was like, no, I didn't. She goes, so you're saying. So whenever anybody goes, so you're saying, or you're implying, or tries to say,
or tries like it's not a good look.
What you're saying, right? That isn't what you're saying. That is something different than what you're saying. You know that they're just trying to stir up drama stuff, and it's just like, okay, I knew this was coming because like Preston Poulter started attacking me about a month ago. And this is kind of his like crew that follows him around. So they've been waiting for a chance to do it ever since, you know, of course I've been hanging with Nasser and Ethan and like, so right. I knew it was coming. So I'm not super worried about it. So I said, I'll apologize for being too mean to reply as soon. And of course, you know, since she's triggered about the map thing, then I just use it again. Cause this is what I do. I just trigger when people are attacking me. Right. They apologize for attacking me, and that's true. And I've always held this policy, and people get really upset with me over this. If somebody goes at me, I usually hit them about 10 times as hard. And I try to discourage people from doing that. But the real problem at the end of it is I'm too nice. So people know, even though I'm kind of hitting 10 times as hard, that like at the end of the day, I'm going to be a nice person. So that's why they feel comfortable going at me with stuff like this. It sucks. But what can you do? I need to be meaner. I need to be more like Ethan, just hit hard and go, you know?
And then, yeah. And then, you know, like this Hervoge here, dude, you know, he used to be in my chat all the time posting the links, and like, I don't know what triggered him so much. Like as soon as I was like, hey, I want to be cool with Ethan again, he was one of the first ones to start coming at me.
It's just tribal. All this stuff's just tribal. There's nothing to it other than that. Like, I mean, you know, that it's sad, but what can you do?
Like he's like, just stop. Like he's like Mary Tyler Moore. Like just stop. Yeah. Like, oh, John.
So not perpetuate the drama. I just blocked everybody so I don't have to deal with it on my feed anymore, because they just want to keep going, and there's nothing good coming from it. So I just blocked everybody.
Right. I mean, you're
for about a month. So,
and I mean, you're right here when you're like, they're just looking for a reason to pounce. Like, that's really all these people do, is they just get ready to turn on you. Like for any little thing, like for something you don't even do. Like, they're just like, oh, so why are you hating Doug? Like in my case, they're like, why are you hating Doug? And it's like, well, I didn't say anything bad about Doug. It just said F Doug in the title of the stream. You guys are all coming at me, and they're like, no, you're hating Doug, and it's because you're back in CG, and Ethan makes you hate people. I'm like, oh, okay, so that's what this is. Like that's
Blake Northcott just posted something about comic book retirement. This is actually kind of interesting breaking news if this is the case. Let's look at this.
Oh, you got to be kidding me, John. I came on here to read these tweets, and then
I know you came on here to read. I like more interesting stuff, though. Everybody in the chat saying this is boring.
Well, I just locked it on you. Are you about to share
I don't
it?
know anything about this video saying there's comic book retirement. Somebody just totally trolled us, I think, or trolled me.
Okay. Well, I just removed your screen then. Back to my screen and back to reading these.
Well, my screen is about no, put my screen back. This is very important. This is a very important message. That the word retard, like to retard, is not the same word as retard. So to retard is to delay or impede the development of progress. So when I'm saying that that Vicky is retarding me this morning, I'm not calling her a retard. I'm saying that she's slowing and impeding my progress by causing me to have to respond. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a hate word. People should be able to. I'm taking back the word retard to retard. That's all.
Huh. All right. Sounds good, John. Now I removed it. I do want to go through this. They're really interesting. It's really interesting how like just automatically these people turn like I said, they're like, why are you hating? Like in my case, it's like
it is pretty automatic. So I mean, all these people were like friends with me yesterday, but they, it's like
right, and all on the same day too, just like on the same day at the same time.
And that's the thing. I've seen this before. And there's a DM chat or a Discord chat, and they're all in it. And then they, share the tweets with each other. I've seen this happen before, so I know what's going down.
Right. But like, I'm just really still laughing at how they're all just like, so why are you hating Doug? Well, I didn't say anything. It's just, that's just the title of the stream, but we don't mention him. Oh, it's because Ethan makes you hate people. You're back in CG9. I hate people. Like, they just like start going off, dude, and it's hilarious. Or like in your case, I don't even know, dude. You're just like, haha, he said map instead of nap. And then they're just like, oh, so you're implying like this and that. And like, they're just freaking out. It's funny. Like, let's see what Hervoge says. Like, he says, I get Preston, but why everyone else? You got to know when to quit. John.
Yeah. And I'm like, quit what? I blocked everybody. Like, I did quit. Like, I feel like have fun.
Feel like they came after me this morning. Who knows? And then Hervoge is like, they came after you because you don't know when to shut the F up.
Yeah. Okay. They came after me because of tribalism, of course. It's going to happen sooner or later. I was waiting for it. They're blocked, so it's irrelevant. So, yeah.
Then block me as well. You have to do it, John. I can't do it.
It's like that posting your L's sort of thing, right? It's like, block me. Okay. And then I blocked him.
Oh, man. You know what I'm curious about was this one right here. Like, I know I'm going backwards in time now to the tweets from yesterday, but like, I'm curious what happened with you and Matthew D. Reese, because like this dude, like I said, like he has like 100 subs, maybe even less. I've been on his channel before. I like his channel. I've watched his streams at least a couple dozen times.
Always just kind of like softly picked at me, like
right.
So he kind of ditched whatever following me, whatever back probably in 2018 when that like all the major drama went down. And so it's always kind of been like, he's always been like, oh, JDA is imploding. He's always been running with that narrative for a long time, while he, again, just like doesn't really seem to go anywhere himself. And I keep not imploding, and everything keeps being fine. So he's been running with that over and over and over again. And I don't know him very well at all. So I just kind of laugh at him when he starts posting things like that. And since he was going at you, I'm just like, you know what? Riz has kind of gone at me for a long time, and it's just because probably he follows Doug around, and that seems to be what it does. So
yeah, like it makes me laugh too. Like he used to be a fan of mine, Matt. Like he would message me sometimes, and I remember one time he made a group chat with me, him, and Edwin because he wanted like I don't know, there was like some drama going on. I think this was after I left, and he made like a group chat with us three, and he's like asking me questions about like this drama, that drama, and trying to like convince Edwin of stuff.
They're big into the drama, and they all say they're not. And here's the part that always gets me is every time, because I'm not big into the drama, but I'm in it just because I'm around it, just because of the people that are involved here. But I always say, like, look, I don't want the drama. So with Reese, like example, like is one of my, and I'm like, Reese, DM me, like, let's get on a stream or phone call or something. It doesn't have to be live on YouTube or anything. We can be private. Let's talk. What's your problem? Let's work it out, because I don't want to deal with this anymore. And I'd rather not have anybody sniping at me like this. And I've done this pretty much for everybody. I've done this for Reese, done it for Doug Tenaple, done it for Preston, and just been like, all these people have just been like, let's talk and hash it out. Invariably, none of them want to talk and hash it out. By the way, the only exception to this, who like the only person who's talked and been willing to dial things down through this entire thing is Ethan Van Sciver. So like they can keep saying he's the drama monger all the time, but like when they're not willing to dial things down and they're not willing to just be like, here's how we resolve things. Like, I'm not going to be mad at you for hanging out on somebody's stream that I don't like or whatever. And I'm going to be like, okay. if they're not willing to do that, then there's no good faith effort there. So
Right.
Ironically, Ethan's the only guy who's made a good faith effort out of all of them. So yeah, I'm gonna be nice to him. Why wouldn't I?
Hail Caesar. Hail Caesar. Yeah. I think these people, John, like Matt and all of them, were really only cool with us like if we were if we were ever involved with drama with people they didn't like. Like
that's it. Yeah, they were just there for that, and they weren't there for the books. I don't think Riss has actually backed any of my books, as I recall.
I actually don't know if he's backed any of mine. Maybe he has. I don't really know. Well, let me see what else we got going on here. This looks like we've got like a lot of things to like click through because it's a bunch of like quote tweeting. I don't know if you want to go through any of these ones. This is just like a lot of the stuff with like saying map instead of nap.
I found out it triggered them, so I just went for it. So yeah, it seriously like indicates to me that's the thing. If you're gonna be pouncing on me and you're attacking me anyway, and you indicate me that like a word triggers you, I'm gonna go for it because I'm just gonna have fun and laugh at it. Because if you're intent on just hitting me over and over and over again, and that's your and grinding at me, you might as well have fun with it because you can't solve it. All you can do is block at the end of the day. So have fun for a bit, then block him, and that's kind of my MO at this point. So if Map wants to be a they them, then God bless him.
Right, then he can feel seen too. But like, let's see, like,
feel seen too. They don't misgender.
Well, but like, but like, look, this person's not this guy's, this person's tweets like look how weird they are. Like, first he tweets, really don't care about CG drama anymore. Left the only GC I was in. I enjoy many critics still. So when I see a CG boogeyman turn into new friend / reply guys of the month alongside their constant Kiwi Farms activity. So now he's lost me because he can't even type in readable English. But anyways, he says, it proves drama was always their only purpose. Be gone, thoughts. Imagine being like 40 years old and saying be gone, thoughts.
Be gone, thoughts.
But like also imagine just like this dude's just here for drama. Like this dude has never been here when
not there
I'm
for
like
anything but drama. It seems
right.
So.
Right, like this dude has never been there whenever I talked about books, never been there when I talked about movies, but he's in here when it comes to drama. When I don't say anything about Doug Tenafel, then he wants to freak out like, I can't believe you, and you're back in CG. Like if he says, "Oh, really don't care about CG drama anymore," so then why are you here freaking out? But then he quote tweets
why do you go after me? Because he didn't like that I said Riss has been attacking me too. Just like he has been you guys because of the Doug thing, which is also true. I wasn't even that mean about them. If you look at my first statement, it's just Riss has been attacking me too. Doug, and it's because Doug's been attacking me too, just like he's been doing to you guys. So that's all I said. I didn't go out there and call Doug a racist Nazi or anything. I called Riss a simp because he is. But beyond that, like, I wasn't all that mean to Doug. I've been meaner to Doug in the past. So it's like he inserted himself into it and wanted to go. So
right. And I mean, I've never even been mean to Doug either, so I don't know what they're mad at. But like this is what's funny here is like, so like, he says really don't care about CG drama anymore. But then he like quote tweets himself to keep it going because he's just really thirsty for this attention. And he says, I don't want to pretend to be coy about this. I'm talking about Nasser and JDA specifically.
Yeah,
absolutely ballless.
This is right after he says he doesn't want to deal with the drama. Right. He makes a quote tweet naming us to try to go after us.
Right. He's hoping people will see this and join in, but he's
funny.
He's like, absolutely ballless, no backbone having hypocrites. How pathetic do you have to be to cozy up to the people cancel cultured you, which is exactly what he's doing. Like they're all like, oh, let's go after these dudes at the same time.
Pointed out.
But then I said, there's nothing pathetic about me and John making peace with people, forgiving people, and moving on and trying to make books. You're pathetic if you think me and John need to spend our entire existence hating Ethan, because that's really all these people have going for them, John. If you'll notice, these people can never walk away because this is all they have in their lives. Like these people are never going to walk away and just be happy and move on and actually do something else. Like they always just have to find a new reason to be mad at Ethan. Like this is perfect for them because they're like, we get to turn on these guys and scream at Ethan. Maybe Ethan will notice us now. That's their entire existence.
Oh well.
I thought you were about to start reading your tweet. That's why I checked. Well, I mean, I guess like if you want to address it, like that's kind of what we're doing is reading these.
My tweet is I can barely see it on your screen. I have to zoom in. Okay,
I'm zooming in.
He accuses us of being drama mongers, which he did, then tries to force us to fight, which is true. Why would I when Ethan is being chill with me? I don't want drama. I want to make comics and have folk enjoy them, which is the truth.
Right. And to that, I said, I feel seen. Because that's really all we want to do at the end of the day. Like, everybody has come at me since I'm like, you know what? Ethan's a cool dude. I want to be cool with Ethan again. He really helped me. It was wrong to backstab him. And, you know, I want to go back to what we were doing, back to selling books and being cool. And ever since then, like, everybody's been coming at me like, no, there must be something else you're up to. And it's just like, no, like, this is it. Like, I don't want to spend my entire existence just having to hate Ethan. I just want to, you know, make books. There's no making books outside of CG. You know?
I don't want to spend my existence going back and forth with these guys either. So it's like, you know, I'll go for a few tweets. Yeah. I'll trigger and I'll block and that'll be it. So if they want to come back, and I said this too, it's like if they want to come back and settle down and like, you know, it's whatever, just stop being mad that I'm hanging out with people they don't approve of or whatever. Then they're welcome to. They can email me and whatever. And that's probably why they go so hard at me, I think, because I'm always pretty chill about that, whereas a lot of people aren't. So I'm a safe target to kind of go after, but whatever.
Right. And especially like when me and Vic had said the whole time I came back, you know, we both said like we had unblocked everybody and, you know, we just want to be cool with everybody. And these people find a way just to twist that and be angry. Like, I'm like, you know what? I want to be cool with Ethan and be cool with everybody. And they're just like, no, you can't be cool with Ethan. Like, they're just such weirdos. I'm like, I don't even want to be mean to them either. Like, I don't really want to, you know, just spend my whole existence hating them either and laughing at their tweets. But it's just, I don't know. It's just so funny, first of all. And like, all they got to do is just chill, just apologize. Mm-hmm. But then you said, is that what Map? Is that why Map went after us to feel seen? We'll respect their pronouns.
We will respect anybody's pronouns here on Nasser's channel.
Oh boy,
anybody's pronouns.
We haven't played this in a while. Let's go.
I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too.
Oh boy, we got some more tweets to look at. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for just a minute here. We got 42 people in here, guys. Hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever one you guys want. Share out the link to this stream, please. And I'm gonna post the link to our books real quick in the chat here. I'm gonna post the link for.
I want to give a big shout out to Dark Gift. So Dark Gift actually, like, I watched his stream last night, and he just played music all night, and it like I tuned it in and I put it in the background while I was writing one of my novels last night, and you know he's really good. I enjoyed your original songs. I enjoyed your covers. So good work. And that's the kind of thing. I wish there were more cool artistic streams like that. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool if there were just more normal streams.
Yeah.
What was with Liam crying and then Micah telling him to end the stream? I don't know. Did that happen? Beats me. You guys got to fill me in on that one. I don't know.
Are they forming their own anti-Comicsgate now? If they're anti-Comicsgate and they're anti-Comicsgate, like what are they just called anti-Comicsgate?
They're just called losers. I don't know. Bullet says following people around to stir up drama. These people need jobs and or hobbies. Completely.
Yeah.
That's their whole existence. Is just
I wish they read books, because I've got 26 issues of comic books they could be talking about, and there's a lot of drama going on inside those books between the characters, and it'd be much more pleasant to be able to discuss that than have to like have have somebody trying to quote tweet and say I'm some bad person because I don't like their favorite YouTuber.
Right.
Yeah.
We got Edwin in the chat. Nice to see you here, dude. We got well-read user 1. He's going to be doing a music stream on Wednesday, then an interview Thursday. So go check out his channel. Let me see what else is going on in the chat. Las Vegas Casino Gangster says, "What is this stream about?" Well, we've been looking at some goofy tweets here from some Spurgs. 7 of 9 says, "This month has 31 days in it, so I hate you, Nasser. I like you again in February." Okay. Okay. Let me see what else is going on. I'm missing like a lot of like conversations between people. There's a lot of that going on in the chat.
Oh, Matt C says, "Edwin, your indie comics review, it's missed even if it's once a month." I 100% agree with that. And I know Edwin's pushing his channel to be more politics focused, which is awesome. And he's doing a great job. Edwin, if you would want to come on with me and do an indie comics review once a month, I would love to do something like that because I love promoting people, and that'd be a fun time. And then we'd get to hang out. So it's a win-win for everybody. Let's do it.
Wooster says his name is Nigel. I don't know who that is. Let's see. This is a drama-free stream. Boring, says Ricky Pipes from Hamilton. Oh well.
This is a pretty drama-free stream, if you think about it.
It is. We're just laughing at the tweets and just saying, we just want to make books. Which, by the ways, I did put the link here for Asile and also for John's books on Indiegogo here, and also down in the description, guys. You could also get the links for these as well as for John's YouTube. He's like 20 or 30 subs away from hitting.
I'm so close to that 2,000 mark, and I want to do a stream with giveaways and fun times, and I want you guys to come hang out. So, and I'm gonna have a stream tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's gonna be absolutely crazy. I've got Brian Niemeyer, who is a Dragon Award winner, and John C. Wright, Hugo Award nominated guy, probably the 2 smartest people I know. So if you want to listen to just very intelligent people talk about life and philosophy, Christianity, science fiction books, and things like that, tomorrow night is going to be the ultimate stream. I mean, these guys are top-notch intelligent people. I'm excited just to sit there and soak in what they've got to say.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. I'm going to share my screen again. And before we get back to these tweets, I'm going to take a look at our campaign. So as far as Asile, we've got 123 backers. Unfortunately, we lost one after that stream yesterday. I wonder why. But we've got about 6 or 7 days left, you guys. We're at $3,032. So if you guys want to back us, the link's in the description. I also put in the chat just a couple minutes ago. And we've got a bunch of tiers here for you guys. We've got the thank you page tier. We got 40 of those left. If you guys want to back us, that tier helps us the most. We've also got the physical book for $10, digital for $10, 2 copies of the book for $18. You can get 10 copies for $50. You can get the book and a 4x6 head sketch for $60. Only 4 out of 50 of those claims, so 46 left. Buy it, put Vic to work. We've also got 17 of the original pages left, and we've got the original cover art left. So if you guys want to buy any of our art, you could. We've got most of the book left. And the links in the chat is in the description. I'm also going to take a look here at John's campaign. He's in demand right now. I think he's leaving it open and in demand for forever, maybe. But he's at $1,089. We'd love to see him get up to $1,100. If he could get another backer here. But I mean, John, there's just so much to go through here.
I know. This is my problem. I've got so many books, it paralyzes people. And like I said, I would love for you to check out my writing. I've won awards. I'm a #1 bestseller. These stories are really well structured. They don't have SJW shit in it. They're going to be exactly what you want all the way around. And there's going to be something for you. I mean, I've got different characters. I've got different scenarios. I've got different themes in every single one of my books because I'm an artist first, right? So I try to make everything slightly different. Flying Sparks is my flagship comic, of course. It's very popular. It's sold thousands of books between Amazon and all the Indiegogo campaigns. It made over $100,000 total. And this, my onus in making this was just I have a Batgirl or Supergirl that was kind of speaking to me and like felt like a classic book. So I decided to do that myself. And Metagirl here has a sort of there's a male lead who's half the book also, because I like to put a female lead and a male lead both, so that, you know, again, more people can relate to it. And the male lead is sort of an underground fence kind of guy who's got superpowers of his own, but he's trying to hide it, because I figure if anybody's actually engaging in criminal activities with superpowers, they're not going to go put a yellow suit on and run around the middle of the street. They're going to try to hide and try to use that to their advantage in like a tactical way. And so, it's a very realistic form of superpowers in that way, and it's got a lot of great character drama like you used to read like in the old Spider-Man books and things like that. So definitely check it out. And my artist Jethro Morales actually was picked up by Marvel Comics recently, so he's going to be working for them at this point. He is finishing Flying Sparks also. He's not exclusive with them or anything like that, but a nice little feather in our cap there too. Next is the Cosmic Warrior, and thanks Nasser. And Nasser personally vouches for this one and loves this one, which I appreciate.
I will get the second issue soon. I've read the first issue. You should all go read it and get the second one and tell me to read it.
It's full strong male lead, high T action. The hero's a Christian. It's got Christian themes to it. I don't think they're overly so. It's got knockdown, drag out fights. Issue 2 is like a full knockdown, drag out fight. Like the entire, like somebody actually left me a review on issue 1 and said they wish the arena fight was longer. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have issue 2 just be a fight the entire freaking book. And so that's what I did.
Sounds good, man. And
I listen to customers. I really do. And issue 3 is about 2/3 penciled at this point, and takes the Cosmic Warrior back to Earth so that we can, you know, sort of get him set up as a character who will be based on Earth and then going out and dealing with alien threats on strange new worlds, seeking out new life and civilizations, boldly going where no man has gone before. So that's that book. Yeah, and that'll be I'm going to cross it over with Flying Sparks probably in the next arc. So, but it's going to be after Flying Sparks Volume 5. You have to read Flying Sparks Volume 5 to find out what happens, and then get into this next arc.
Well, as far as what you said about, like, you know, him being a Christian, you said like it's not really overly, you know, shoved down your throat. It's not. And the thing is like he just reads like he's just a normal dude. Like you know, like he thinks about his faith for a little bit there, and it's just like, well, that's what normal people think about.
My thought is like when you first run into aliens, right? And you've got this big red giant freaking alien with freaking crazy teeth who like looks like he's going to kill you, right? Or these blue aliens that are also very creepy looking. Like if you were inserted into that situation and you're a Christian, right? Your first thought would be like, am I in hell?
Right.
And are these demons, right? And that's what I'd think, at least, right? And so
I think so too.
You try to be like, hey, the power of Christ compels you, go away. And if that didn't work, you kind of realize you're in a different situation. And that's kind of how I framed that from his sort of Christian background. So
right.
Yeah.
And plus, if they could shove down all this degeneracy down your throat, I think it's okay to shove Christianity down their throat at least once.
Yeah. So that's right. Dave's Volt. Dark Gift asks, how long will that be in demand for? I don't know. I'm keeping it up for now just because like I've got a stock of books at my house. So it's like I can just sell off of here very easily, which is kind of nice. So at least a while. So
right. And I'm posting the links again.
I know. I have so many comics. It makes me so happy to have this many comics. So I've got Cosmic Warrior, which is kind of my main male superhero. I've got Flying Sparks, which has Metagirl, my main female superhero. I've got Dynamite Thor, which is kind of a parody superhero setup. It's Dynamite Thor was a Golden Age character, and if you go to Comic Tropes, he did a video about Dynamite Thor. I think he backed my book, but it's about this old 40 character from the 1950s, and he just throws dynamite sticks at everything, and I thought that was freaking hilarious. And he's public domain, so I took him and I kind of revamped him for modern times. But I did it like, you know, when everybody revamps for modern times, they always make it either dark or SJW.
Oh,
I didn't. I went full on Aryan, like, dude.
No, like I remember I read like 2 years ago, I think it was Dynamite Comics put out like Project Superpowers.
Right.
And
Yes.
It was just SJW public domain heroes. Like they just took the public domain heroes and they're like, 2020. It's like 1940, right? Like even your neighbors, they're like all Nazis, even still. And I was like, this is garbage. So I mean, I ended up writing my own script with public domain heroes, but it hasn't been drawn. But
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, they did an absolute garbage job. But I did the opposite. So like everything that anybody who remakes or revamps or reboots something does, I went in and I wanted to make sure I did the opposite trope with it, right? So I'm like, I hate every way that they all get, kind of pussified, like all the characters do. They all get more soy. They all get more SJW. They all get more like, LGBTQ by POC or whatever it is. So I just wanted to do absolutely the opposite in my sort of reimagining of it and just like be faithful to the character. So that's what I did. Yeah, so we got those. Those are my 3 superheroes. Dynamite Thor didn't do as well as I thought it would. Everybody who read it is like, that's your best book, but like it didn't sell as well as I hoped.
that's
I
unfortunate.
don't know how much we'll be doing more of that, but it was fun. Spectacular Comics is my hodgepodge. So what I do is with my Patreon money is I buy art for short comics for now, because that's about all Patreon can afford me to do. And so I just, whenever I come up with a new idea and I because I have too many ideas. So it's like, oh, I have a samurai idea. I don't have time to flesh that out into a full book right now. So it's like, I'll do like an 8-pager and then throw it into Spectacular Comics. It's lots of fun stuff in there. There will be, somebody's asking if there will be more Robotoad books. We did a poll with our backers on that, and my artist is going to do a science fiction graphic novel with me instead of an extra Robotoad book at this point. Because that's what the backers wanted. I think I think Ethan didn't find it as funny as I thought he would find it. So I don't want to piss Ethan off either. So
also, that's a great idea with the Patreon money. And if you guys want to back me on Patreon so I could try and do the same thing, let me show you guys. My Patreon is down here in the description. Where is it? Right here, guys. Here's my Patreon. If you guys want to back me so I can make more books, please do. It's in the description. I lost like almost all of my Patreon backers when I rejoined CG. So all but you and like one other dude. So if you guys want to back my Patreon, it's in the description. Anyways, we've done quite a bit of shilling here for the campaign.
I have too many books.
Yeah, no.
And by the way, we only went through like half of my books and none of my novels.
For real. But if you guys want to, back John, the link for his campaigns in the chat and description. Let's refresh. Let's see if we got you a backer. Okay, no, we didn't, unfortunately. But we got.
You don't sell anybody. I need Ethan here to sell me books.
Right, but we got 45 people in here, so guys, please go check out our books. They're in the chat and description. They
want a black and white JDA Nasser horror collaboration.
I don't think this dude knows us pretty well because I don't really collaborate on writing.
There's not much to do, like especially for a comic script. It takes like, a couple days to knock out a comic strip at most.
It's like one day. For first draft.
It's there's not a ton to do like collaborating, that's
right. It's like what? Oh, John, I don't feel like writing the panel descriptions. Can you just write about how like the monster stalks the girl while she's in the shower? Like that's really how it would be.
I was there is one book like where I guess if you have 2 characters, like I guess because Flying Sparks has 2 characters, whatever, like you could write one and I could write one like perspective wise or something like that. That would work, I guess. But like that seems like a lot of like that actually would slow me down and slow you down too.
Yes, that'd be too slow.
Plus, I don't really like horror that much.
I get you.
Yeah.
And I don't really like writing with other writers that much.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, so we just looked at these ones here with of course, I feel seen.
I feel seen.
But there's also this one right here. So like, let me see what. So this dude really doesn't care about drama. He really doesn't. I believe him because he posts all these screenshots. But let's see. Like he posts like a screenshot of you saying, let's see. It's not funny. Jokes are off limits if it offends me. I've heard, well, I read that in the soy voice because you're quoting her, quoting Vicky here. But then you say, I actually clicked out of it. You said, I've heard that enough times before that I do not care. Tell your friend Map not to screw with me, and then you won't have to be offended at how I respond. And then
it's true.
And then I don't know what this screenshot's supposed to be saying about removing a tweet. And then okay, and then you blocked him, and then so this dude cares so little about the drama that he posted these 3 screenshots here, and he's like, now he's quoting you. Tell your friend not to mess with me. Or what? Sorry, doing the soy voice is real difficult sometimes. Or what? You'll report my tweet until I'm locked for 12 hours, then block me when I come back? I'd call you an elementary school girl, but my sister had more balls than you in 5th grade at John Delarose. I like how he had to acknowledge that he had a sister and didn't just already know how elementary school girls were like.
I like how he was so totally not mad that he had to tell me he was totally not mad. Then he was so totally not mad about my blocking him that he had to say how he was totally not mad about my blocking him.
But hold up, let me see here. But then he replies and he's like, oh, sorry, I don't know if you hear that. It's like an ambulance driving by. I don't know if my mic picked it up
at this point. So that's why I blocked. I'm done. It's boring.
But yeah, but he's like, my tweet of mild criticism, no less. He actually thinks be nice to me or I'll call you a pedo is something big tough guys say or something. Little boy John can dish it but can't take it. Typical E-beta. What a loser, dude. Because none of that's what you said. Like, he has to like misquote you this whole time and spurg and tear his brain. Like, can this dude cope any harder?
No, it's pretty big cope. So whatever. It's just, he's a mad, angry guy, and if he wants to go off, he can go off. I just don't have to. I don't have to look at it, so I'm blocking. Done.
I hear you, dude. I hear you.
Son of Colonel. I also didn't really call him a pedo. I mean, I just kind of mocked his username, and it just happens to kind of sound like a word that does that. So it's
right. We didn't even suggest anything though.
They kind of escalated that and pretended that was the case.
Right. We didn't even say map meaning pedo. All we did was his name was Nap, and we just read it as map. And they were the ones that were like, oh, you called him a pedo. Like, no, you're the one doing that. All we said was map instead of Nap. It'd be like if I said I don't know, instead of John, I just said something that rhymes with John. What rhymes with John?
I don't know. They try to call me Rice Boy. Usually is the one that they go with me. So, it's just it's something that is like a name call to kind of get at you. Which, you know what? I'm just going to do that, especially if you acknowledge to me while you're attacking me, because the guy attacked me. He just went full on tilt. If you acknowledge that this upsets you and it's that easy to just type map, I'm just going to do it. So.
Wooster says to use the Mary Tyler Moore voice, not the crappy soy boy voice. That one's even more
Mary Tyler Moore voice and crappy soy boy voice.
Because I try to go oh Rob, and do the voice a little bit more like how she sort of freaks out and panics. Oh boy, I was actually panicking myself when I was on Twitter just a couple days ago, and I saw Dick Van Dyke was trending, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, he did not just die!" And then it was just his birthday. I was like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I know. Those trends with old people, you never want those you never want old people to trend. So
yeah, and then of course he made the really good post about how shows used to be so wholesome, like the Dick Van Dyke Show, and then now it's just the dad's just a dummy now, and
make me happy.
Right.
I like things that make me happy.
Right. And things you could actually watch with the family.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like you said, with shows these days, it's the dad's got to be a dummy. The mom's got to be an alcoholic or something. She's just got to be some I don't know, some loser. And then the kids are always just whining and complaining, and they hate everybody. They hate life.
Ugh. And the girl's always quirky and smart and smarter than the boy who's kind of dumb. It's come on. So tired, these tropes. Strong female lead.
Matt C says Nasser knows who Mary Tyler Moore is, but hasn't seen 80 of top 100 movies. This is the real drama.
It is the real drama.
Oh boy. Rip, I'm missing stuff in the chat, people talking about war campaign editor. I don't really know about any of that stuff. I think some people are surprised sometimes when they mention some of the drama stuff, and I'm like, well, I don't really know this person or what any of that is, because I really haven't kept up with it in such a long time. So it's everything's all inside baseball now.
there's a lot of names, and there's a lot of sock account names, and it's impossible to know all of them.
Yeah. So. I'm going to post a link for Asile again, and then I'll post your link here. But here's Asile, you guys. If you guys want to back us, we got about 6 days left. Please tell all your friends. And then I'm going to get the link here copied for John's books here. I'm also going to get the link copied for my books on Amazon. Again, I haven't shilled them a lot this month because I've been shilling via Indiegogo, but you guys might have all backed the Indiegogo and not my books. So here are my books on Amazon. If you guys want to get them, I got 5 books for sale. A good place to start might be with Eternity. That's book 1 of a trilogy. John says, buy my books for the children. buy John's books for the children, not my books.
Children.
Not my books, though, unfortunately, for the children. John, maybe I'll do just that. I think my niece, 2 of my nieces might like your steampunk book.
Yes. Yes, they would.
Yeah, I think so. So I might buy that for them eventually. But anyways, I don't know. We've gone through a ton of tweets, so I don't know if you want to go through any more. Maybe we could.
I'm bored of tweets.
I don't know.
It's fun for like 3 tweets or so to go back at. It's kind of my typical rule. It's like, okay, I'm having fun for like 3-4 tweets, maybe max. And then after that, it's like, okay, it's still going. So if you still want to go, you just got to block and move on with your day, because you can't let them consume your entire day.
Yeah, but I mean, are there any other tweets you want to laugh at? Any other tweets, or should we shift topics?
Are there any other tweets I want to laugh at?
Yeah, from any of the dumb tweets from the last couple of days, like the map dude and and Beanfrompa.
I think my response to Preston, who's been trying to push this narrative about how I'm spiraling. So I'm putting this in the private chat. This is
I was just about to go to your profile, but I'll open it up in the private chat here.
I've got Preston's been going at me pretty hard, and I think that's where this is really stemming from. Is he started pushing this about a month ago, and then his kind of group has been waiting to go at me ever since. But yeah,
right.
The spiral continues, of course. And there's no spiral here.
We gotta do soy voice, like JD and spiral continues.
Yeah. But okay. So I'm posting this for posterity. I love this because he posted about a spiral that I was on about 6 weeks ago, and that him and Riss were going back and forth. Like they were acting like I wasn't on the thread, and yet talking about how I'm failing somehow. And then I'm like, okay, so since those 6 weeks, I've had over 500 book sales, 150 new newsletter subscribers, because I've got my email list, which is great. You get free books for that, by the way. Over 200 YouTube subscribers have signed up, and over 600 Twitter followers in the past 6 weeks. So if that's a spiral, like I want to keep on the spiral. That'd be nice.
Right, spiraling into success.
Yeah.
So 600 Twitter followers. Where did that come from? I think I saw you. I think I saw like some of the blue check marks were going after you recently, and like I remember I clicked on one of their names, and like it was like 4 major, maybe 3 major events. Yeah, 3 major events that have happened that have kind of gotten me a bunch of followers lately. One, I found a video of some like very obvious voter fraud. Right. And I posted it. And so I did get censored on that one. That was fun. But that went so viral that it went crazy. So I have obvious people filling out ballots and then throwing them into ballot counters. It's the voter fraud so bad, it's unbelievable. So that one hit pretty good. And then Razor Fist has been retweeting me a bunch. So that has gotten me a bunch of followers. So he's taken a liking to me, which is cool. Thank you, Razor Fist. And then finally, there's this like YA drama that went on like last week. And with the lady that said something like,
yeah,
she's
like,
read the classics.
It's not about like, it's like the Scarlet. She said the Scarlet Letter is anti-Puritanism, and because some like black lady wrote this like article about how nobody should be reading the Scarlet Letter because it's white colonialism, white supremacy, or whatever. And she's like, like the book's about anti-Puritanism. Like, I mean, you're an idiot if you're writing otherwise. And so since she called a black lady an idiot, the entire publishing industry tried to cancel her, calling her racist. And it's like,
of course they did.
The lady was being an idiot. Scarlet Letter is about that, and that's actually a true statement. So I rabble-roused about that for a bit, and that got me.
Right.
Apparently, there's a Wall Street Journal article coming out shortly where they interviewed me about that too. So we'll see.
Oh, cool. Yeah. But man, so it looks like you've been doing pretty good here, and man, in 6 weeks, make sure you follow up with this with the spiral. But let's see what else happened in the replies here. So I said 500 book sales. Oof, I've had like 200 from February 2019 sold out. No, it's probably been, probably like not 200 and maybe 205. But you mentioned a series. So how many of those sales come from anything other than your steampunk series?
Lately, my sci-fi series, the Colony Launch, Stars Entwined, those books have actually been outperforming my steampunk books. So it's finally started to kind of flip on that level, which is great. I love that. I whatever people want to read, of course. But because my steampunk series has 5 books, I mean, I would say like 70% of my sales come from that still. And the other 3 books like are still a much larger portion of that, and then the comics are the lowest because there's a lot more book readers than there are comic readers. So I don't know, maybe I'm overestimating with 70% because the comics are probably 10%, and then the sci-fi is probably 30%, so maybe 60% is my steampunk.
Gotcha.
Then I'll come out with a new book in next year, and what that does is it gets the whole series revitalized and selling again. So that'll be fun.
Sounds good. And it looks like look at all this positivity we got here in the replies. Like Bob here says, I recently got all 4 trades of Flying Sparks from you, John. I think you were doing fine. Preston is kind of like the Chris Chan of
the comic book
world. I don't really know Chris Chan. I've heard of him, but I don't really understand like this reference.
Chris Chan is just kind of a clown. So
so he's just a loser then.
Yeah, he just like a lot of people like to troll him. He's kind of like the butt of a lot of people's jokes. So
okay. Yeah. Did he get pegged?
I can't confirm that. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, a lot.
I mean, that would explain being the butt of jokes.
What's great is every Flying Sparks campaign I run, there's always like 20, 30 new people who come in and buy all 4 books of Flying Sparks, and it's just awesome. So it's like, it's starting to pile up. It's pretty good. So
look at this dude. He forgot things can spiral up as well. Oh, Preston.
Preston just apologized on Twitter. It says stupendous. I hope so.
Did he?
That's great.
Maybe I'll check it out here in a minute and see.
I've got him blocked at the moment. I'll unblock him if he apologizes. The thing is, I don't want to fight with anybody. So I mean, if we're done. Wait, no,
what?
I'm doing a sarcastic apology.
Oh, send it in the private chat. I'll open up in a minute here.
One of those like, I'm sorry that you're bad, but you're bad. Like kind of ones. Yeah. I hate. It's just like, there we go.
Let me see.
Talk about Spiral. Jeez.
Well, let me catch up with a few people in the chat first before I look at that. But Bullet says 500. That's like 5 Indiegogo campaigns.
Not for me. I usually get about 300 on my Indiegogo campaigns. So
Zeno says 500 is like making the top 1 million sales list. Congrats.
Okay.
Let's see. Gigantic Android says I'm doing some Asyle Fangart or Fangart. I don't know, but he says, is there any other elements other than Dracula Asylum girl in the story? I could tell you that, but then I'd have to kill you. Just kidding. No, there's probably other elements I could tell you about, but I don't really want to spoil it, man. Oh, look who we got. We got Ethan in the chat. Ethan, if you want to come on, please do. You got the link, and we yesterday and today has just been streams of dunking on just anti-CG losers. If you want to come on and just dunk on them with us, John just sent me a new Preston tweet. I guess we're gonna take a look at here. I haven't read this one, but hail Ethan. If you want to come on, Ethan, feel free. You got the link. I think we got to obligatory play this now because Ethan's in here.
I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate. You can be one too. I'm the leader, Comicsgate.
Anyways, yeah, I don't know if Ethan's coming in or not. I'm just waiting for him to see if he does come in before we take a look at this tweet. But here, before we take a look at this tweet, I'm going to post a link again for our books. I'll post Asile here in the chat. And then I'll post the link for your books, John. Here we go. If you guys want to take a look at John's books, we went through about like 4 of them. Not even anywhere near half, probably.
Not anywhere near half. That's very true.
Right. So if you guys want to get our books, there's the link. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know if Ethan's coming in, but we'll take a look, I guess, at this tweet here. So, okay. So we got Vicky Spurgang saying, and now the narrative is complete. It doesn't have anything to do with JDA's joking that someone is a pedo today, which is something you didn't even do. It's because he and Preston had a fight over a month ago. Why can't people take responsibility for the stuff they do in the present?
I didn't do it. I mean, Vicky piled on me this morning, and then a bunch of them piled on me. I mean, that's what happened. I'm like, I don't want to be piled on. I'm going to block you. And that was it. And so I blocked him.
Right.
That was it.
And then Pocket Jack says, I accept full responsibility for the vicious attack on John's character and the logical reprisal of having to call someone a pedo on Twitter. I shall reflect on how to not have other people do these things in the future. Even the soy voice was boring. Yeah. Jason Hamilton here says, can't we all just get along?
It would be nice, Jason. If you're watching this, I agree. That's what I've been saying all along.
It would be nice, but these losers don't want to. They don't want to. They'd rather just get mad. Like Oh, here's Ethan. Yo, how's it going, Ethan?
Hey, Ethan.
Hey guys, I just woke up. Hey John. Hey Nasser.
Isn't it like 4 o'clock your time?
Yeah. I was up all night last night. I put myself on another really bad schedule where I was up all night. Warts and All's going to press, so I was up all night editing it, writing it. John, you don't think it's going to be that much of a project to publish a reprint collection book, but
I know, I've done it.
But you got to do captions for everything because it's like this is like a deep dive into everything Cyberfrog, all of the weird minutia. And so, the editor had, write a caption here, write a caption here, So I was up there, and I'm telling you, it is a lot of work. And then to go back through and just spell check, and some fans are actually spell checking things as well because I showed a little bit of it on the stream last night. So now, I was about to go to bed, and Andrea said, "You remembered that Ava has a doctor's appointment at 9, right?" And I was like,
oh shit!
Yes, of course. Yes, I remember. So I took her to her doctor's appointment, bought a ceiling fan. Somebody's coming to install a ceiling fan. I got an electrician, and then here we are. You guys are up talking shit about Beanfrompa and all this stuff. I did kind of turn on Twitter and I saw them picking on you guys again. I get linked in all this stuff.
It's literally because we're talking to you. And that's kind of like, it's sad. It's just like, come on, you guys liked me yesterday, but now that I'm just being nice with Ethan, it's like, that's it. That's all you got.
But I thought this was all about principles. I thought these guys had principles. I didn't think it was just mean girls, bullying. I didn't realize that, I thought this was about some larger principle.
Ethan, you've always been right about these people. I wish I listened, Ethan. I really wish I listened. Like, now I've got all these losers coming at me like they're like, how dare you start hating Doug? And like, when I explained to them that, hey, my stream that they're mad at, it just says F Doug in the title. I didn't talk about Doug for the whole 3 hours. They reply to that with, oh, so you rejoined CG and now you have to hate Doug, and Ethan makes you hate Doug. I'm like, so this is what this is. Like, you guys aren't mad at me.
Doug. It's about hating me and loving Doug.
Right. Right. They just want to argue with me or hate on me and threaten not to back me, threaten to refund me just to get to you. They're just a bunch of weirdos, dude.
That's all.
Don't they understand that I don't care? Like if they, I
Right.
mean, honestly, guys, I keep saying this. I go on Kiwi Farms because that's where like the majority of conspiracy theorists hang out, and they all have their ideas about what's going on. And I've been on there to just be very, very direct with people there so that they understand. It's like they think what I want to build is a cabal of people who are loyal to me, and therefore somehow this helps me in some way. And I have to just
wait a second on this. Doesn't everybody want a cabal of people that's loyal to them, though? I mean, we all do. We all want everybody to be loyal.
No. That's friends. That's what people want.
That's what they don't understand, right? I guess.
Yeah, like they saw the way I behave towards Mike S. Miller, and they think that applies to everyone across the board, and it doesn't. It's not like Nasser Rabadi has to follow the same rules as Mike S. Miller did. It's just that Mike was a special case because. Mike was somebody who I was investing a lot of my free time in trying to rescue from financial ruin. And then when somebody like that is quick to whip around and put that knife in your back, you go, where is your loyalty? Where, like you don't want to reward that kind of effort with loyalty. I don't understand. Like I thought we were friends at that point, but then you realize, no. Some people are not like that. So, that does not apply to everyone. That kind of thing does not apply to everybody who calls themselves Comicsgate. They don't have to pledge fealty to me and all this weirdness. So I have to explain to them very bluntly. It's like, I only care about like my business, in as much as anyone who appears on my show is helping me make money. And they go, oh my God, you only care about yourself making money. That's right. In as much as anybody who's on my show is helping me sell my comics and make money for me, that's good. That is my primary purpose. If that's what you're doing and that's what you're helping me do, then you're in the club. It's like, that's, of course, I want to put you on my show.
Right. I mean, I think that's what got them kind of mad at me is I tweeted positively about Rainbow the Brute like 2 days ago. Because, we're looking at all this like gender swap Zorro crap going on, right? And you're the only gender swap that I've seen that actually is taking like sort of a feminine product and turning it into the masculine and doing it in a tongue-in-cheek fun way that is like the total opposite of these like negative tropes that they're doing. And that's like applause worthy. I wish more people were actually pushing back against this.
Well, that's the joke. I mean, taking masculine ideas and making them emasculating them, making them feminine, is their whole game. So what if we took away, their feminist, icons, the things that they grew up with, and we made them masculine instead? That's the whole joke, and it was meant to piss them off. And I don't even think most of them are aware. I don't think most of the SJWs are even aware of what Rainbow the Brute is yet and what a sucker punch it is. But it's meant for us to kind of have a laugh.
Yeah, it's great.
Zeno says Nasser helps Ethan make money. Great job, Nasser.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, hold on a second. Like Nasser goes out there and he is Nasser is somebody who's working hard for himself. It's not about it. Me being friendly with people is not just that they make me money. That's not the thing. I will be friends with Nasser because Nasser is being friendly towards me, and it really is as simple as that. Somebody like John caused a lot of trouble. But I mean, it's like if John just wants to be nice, John can be nice. I'll be nice back. It's as simple as that.
I love it. I'm on the same page.
Right. And but I will say though, I mean, I probably do get you a couple super chats that just say kick Nasser whenever.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, at least a couple dollars, but you've helped me with thousands. So but
I mean, here, like I'm on your show, right now, not the other way around. It's like it's my job to try to make you money because I'm on your show. So that's kind of the way it should work.
It's great because we're all expanding each other's audiences, even if it's a smaller audience than it would be if we were on your show. It's beneficial for everybody. So
yeah,
right, we're all stronger together.
Yes, I mean that's ultimately like that's what people don't understand. It's like it's self-interest. They go, Ethan's only in this for himself, and I think everybody needs to be in this for themselves.
Right.
But being in it, being in it for yourself means helping everyone else whenever you can.
Right. Like
I talked to you like 9 months ago or so, and I think I said something stupid like, "I'm not in this for the money, Ethan." You're just like, "Well, that's kind of the problem." That's a dumb statement.
Right. And like this, like I had this dude, Hervoge today, tell me on Twitter, like, you sold out. It's like, well, hell yeah, I sold out. What, you want me to be some obscure writer that no one ever buys my books? Like no, like I want to go back to selling books. I want to make money. It's no fun not making money. It's no fun not having readers. And like somebody in my chat, I think it was yesterday, maybe it was last stream or the stream before that, somebody was like, oh, someone says they have a DM where you said, like, if you go back to CG, then you might get funded. And it's like, yeah, so like that's the point.
That's all it is. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing else beyond that. It's like when Nasser left, it wasn't, I love
this
that.
is it. Elon Musk laid it out. And Elon Musk is smarter than all of us, right?
Yes, that's I sent that to my brother Noah. He said, "I get it, Ethan. I get it." But yeah. I mean, look, I mean, the reason why it's a problem that Mike is leaving, Mike S. Miller. Mike is an a-hole, but it's like you see his funding going down, and he's just like, "That's
and it's sad."
People are trying to destroy my career. No, people are just like, what are you doing, dude? You had a network, that was working. When you said you were Comicsgate, it made a lot of people happy. Now that you're saying, I'm not Comicsgate, the customers are Comicsgate. Dude, they ruined your whole career. It's like SJWs ruined your career. They sought you out. They specifically deny you employment wherever you go. It's like you are Comicsgate. You understand, Comicsgate is a situation. It is not a consumer movement. We lost way more than the consumers lost. Professionals, creative professionals, blacklisted out of our livelihoods over these gay changes that they were making to comics. You are Comicsgate. Stand up and accept it and fight back.
Right.
Fight back with everyone. Join this coalition of consumers and creators and fight back and do it for your own sake. Do it because you need to make money.
And do it for the customers. Just like you said, it makes the customers happy. Like that's literally our job.
On my stream the other day, Ethan, I think it was the day of the auction. You came on for a couple minutes, and I think it was that very same stream. Mike had said something like, "Oh man, I've lost so many backers. I guess that means that everyone that backed me, but they didn't back me for this campaign. I guess they just don't really like comics, huh?" And everyone in the chat was like, "Mike, you're digging yourself into another hole that you can't climb out of. You can't just say
it might be that they don't like Lone Star. I mean, that's a possibility.
That's true. But then when you say like, oh, well, if you don't back me, it means you don't really like comics. Like, no, nobody's gonna buy comics from you after saying that. Like, that sounds so just pretentious.
It's an easy spiral to get into, though. It's like, yeah, I felt bad for him.
Well, we'll see how he does. He's got a new campaign launching, right now. Gigantic Android in the chat is a perpetual troll. No, John, it's not the customers. Didn't you just hear EVS? Gigantic Android. It's not just the customers. You understand? It is a coalition of customers and creators who all find themselves in this situation. But if you think that creative people aren't more greatly impacted by Comicsgate and by what's going on, of course we are. Our creative voices are being silenced so that more of these cultural Marxists are allowed to come in and replace us and add their weird vision. I said, John, I spent the morning also on a live stream pointing out all of these weird commercials that Procter & Gamble is putting out.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah.
They're entirely white guilt bullshit. And what are they selling exactly? They're not selling, they're not selling their products. They're not selling razors or baby powder. They're selling the idea of white guilt and changing society. And that is a weird thing. Now, where did the people who used to want to sell razors go? Those people were pushed out and replaced with people who have a far bigger vision for this company, which doesn't involve making money. If we were to do like advertising gate, it would be a very similar thing. Can we please re-employ the geniuses who came up with, melts in your mouth, not in your hand for M&Ms, rather than M&Ms make the world a more inclusive and diverse place. That's what we would need to do. It's the same thing with Comicsgate.
Right. And like you said, like how it's both the creators and the fans. Like the thing is, there's just so many decades of books you could go back and read. But if you're creating, I mean, you can't go back then and create then when you wouldn't be blacklisted. Like you got to try and create now, and it's really difficult. So I'm really glad there is a Comicsgate where we can come and actually put out the books we want to make and books that people want to buy. And it's a place where we could actually have success. Like, I don't understand, like, everyone's obsession now. Well, if not everybody's, just the weirdos on Twitter that are like, how dare you talk to Ethan? But they're just like, no, you got to go back to having no success. Like, most of those people didn't even back me. Like, they were never even in my chats. Like, they all show up to say, oh, well, you no longer have my support. But like, they were never here in the chats. They only showed up when there was drama, and they all swarmed me at the same time. They're the ones starting it.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Nasser. That's rough, man. It's a lot of peer pressure, but ultimately you got to do what's best for your business, and that's what this is.
Not just what's best for my business, but also what was actually fun, and people and coming back to people that were actually my friends. Like, you and Malin and everybody were actually my friends, and like, I was cool with everybody way before I had a book to sell. Like the CB Sobolski thing happened before Zach even launched Jawbreakers. So doing that wasn't even for if I talk about this, they'll promote my campaign. Like Zach did not even have that campaign launched yet when I did that. That was just me actually believing in CG and me actually wanting to, stick up for everybody and say something. Like, this is what I always believed in. I listened to a bunch of weirdos for whatever reason. It was just a bunch of, like dirt worms, like getting in your ear, and the dumb cherries and stuff. Like, I really regret ever listening to those people. Like, I just wasted a year and a half, just a year and a half just being just miserable. Just like, launching a failed campaign and then just, having just no type of support. Like, none of those people even supported me. You know what, Ethan? I'm going to share my screen. We're going to take a look at something funny that you had me laughing so much when you posted this.
Can be one too. I'm the leader of Comicsgate.
Yeah.
One too.
That was a great campaign. I remember when that went down, and there was this whole video of it, and of just like, and it was actually diverse people saying, "I'm the leader of Comicsgate, and you can be one too." Because they were running their you're anti-diverse, you're just a bunch of white men, who hate the industry. And then that video popped out, and they just went ballistic on that. It was one of the best advertising campaigns I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. I think it opened a lot of people's eyes, but the people who it was aimed at didn't see it. But you know what it was? It was the Comicsgate saw it. We saw it, and I think it gave people a lot of self-esteem.
Right. Emboldening and having morale for our side is actually almost more important than anything. You see this with Trump, right? It's the same thing on the non-political selling level. Like, he emboldens people and gets people willing to go and fight for like what's right, because people see the message and see what we can be together. And that, the other Republicans down the line don't always inspire that, right? And so, these sorts of messages are good things, and the morale is super important. And I'm all about it at this point. I want positivity going forward.
Fieldnet says dumb cherries, but cherries aren't a group, just an emoji. That's the funny part too, is like, if you remember last month, I had a stream titled like F Cherries, and I read like some of Midnight Cherry's comments spurging out on my stream, because I went back to CG and he started to comment like, I can't wait to see you fail in CG now. And I was just like, Cherry's dumb. The cherries are dumb. And they all spurred out like, oh, who are you talking about? You're talking about us, aren't you? And I'm like, but but I thought you guys always said it's not a group, just an emoji. But now it's a group when I say cherries are dumb. They really were like the worst people that latched on to CG or indie comics or whatever. Like,
man, I don't know. I somebody pulled up an old live stream, and I think it was either Cecil or my live stream, but I was watching it, and like everybody was there in the chat. Like, I think Midnight Cherry was even on the stream with us, and I didn't know that. I don't remember much about Midnight Cherry, but he was.
Sorry, you want to know what's funny about? Because I think I know what stream you're talking about. So Midnight Cherry, he used to be really good friends with me and with my friend Andrew, right? And so on that night, because I think it was like a late night stream when he was on with you, the very next day when I woke up, he had made a group chat with me and Andrew, and he was sending screenshots of the stream, and he was freaking out. Like Midnight Cherry was like, "Oh my god, I'm on with Ethan!" Like, "Oh my goodness, guys, look, like I was on with Ethan. Like I talked to Ethan." Like he was like so obsessed with you. Like he was a really big fan. And then I just don't know like what made him snap.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't see. This is the thing about that. Like when I said to you, "What do you got the cherries in your emoji for?" Like I just knew there was I didn't know specifically what was going on, but you know, I knew enough that there was a lot of kind of gay opery going on around.
No, like
and
I didn't know that like it was like if you hate Ethan, have a cherry. I thought it just meant you watch the channel, have a cherry.
I didn't know that either. I mean, it wasn't like that. I just thought there were like warring factions of weirdos who were like, you know, spin-offs of my YouTube show who now hated each other and possibly hated me, and were trying to do what they could to undermine customers, fans, the business of Comicsgate, and I resented that. So, you know, I saw it in you and went, "Fuck, you know, this guy too, Nasser too, huh?" That was kind of my attitude.
It was just all a misunderstanding, and I'm just glad we could all be past it now. Johnny Midnight says, "You were and still are young. You will make mistakes. The most important thing is if you can learn from them. Definitely." JV says, "Liam removed his 14-minute stream when he cries about how terrible the world is. Then Micah tells him to end the stream." I didn't see this, but that sounds kind of funny. I don't know. I don't want to keep dunking on Liam though, even if it gets views. I'll leave it at having the bring me Ethan and John thing at the start of each stream. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, Liam kind of it's okay now. Now he took the strikes off of you and Mike. Yeah, that's fine. That's all I needed him to do.
Jonah Von Doom says, "Do a tell-all stream about the Dirtworms manipulation tactics, Nasser." Well, I mean, you guys already like know all about that. Like he'll tell you like here's what happened with when all the drama was going down about Donald first trying to steal Brutus, and then at the same time there was Peter, you know, quitting Dr. Satan because, you know, he started asking me for over $12,000 because Umbrella Guy and Yellow Flash were like, "You're not gonna make money working with Nasser," and blah blah blah. And there's all that stuff. And when I talked to Doug about it, he's like, "Oh no, you just gotta go. You just gotta stop doing comics and just stop." I'm like, "Are you sure? Like not even like Trixie too? Like I think, you know, people need to have a conclusion to the story." He's like, "No, you don't owe those guys anything. Just go." And like he just tried to make me have like bad decision after bad decision. And then it's like, you know, after I left, you know, he's like, "Oh no, you did good because those guys are awful. You know, it's not going to last. You know, you got to be over here just doing your own thing. Like, you know, Spielberg funded my company, you know, after I left Earthworm Jim. So like, you know, it's all going to be good for you." I'm like, "Is it though?" And like even when I decided to do Secret Comics Presents, he was discouraging me like on stream. I was like, "Oh, hey, I have a comic," and he's like, "I don't know why you're writing a comic. I don't know why you're coming back. Like you shouldn't do comics anymore." Like he was just always just a jerk about it.
That is weird. I don't understand.
Yeah. Let me see. Stupendous989 says Nasser has no clue what Cherry is doing right now. He lives in the past. Cherry sometimes texts me. I just ignore him. He thought this was all a bit. He texted me last month. He's like, "Oh, why don't I come on your channel, man? And then you could like, you know, like defend Comicsgate and by yelling at me." I'm like, I was just like, this is so dumb. Like he doesn't understand. Like I'm not joking. Like some dude quote tweeted me on Twitter today, and he's like, "This bit is getting old, Nasser." Ha ha ha. And I'm like, but it's not a bit though. We got Mr. Dongs in the chat. Nice to see you here, Dong. Sorry guys, there's a lot of chats. I'm just like I'm not going to catch up on all this. It's going too fast. So is Doug going to fund your company, Nasser? Oh boy,
that would be good. That would make sense.
Well, I mean, it's because he was like, you know, he said, "Oh, after I left Earthworm Jim, Spielberg funded me for $3 million. So, I mean, he better, you know, be my Spielberg now and actually fund me." Let's see. Mr. Dong says, so I've been doing the numbers. CG 2019 made 3.2 million, and in 2020 made 5.7.
Wow.
KiwiCron coming soon.
That's a big increase.
Oof, yeah, almost double.
Well, we went. I mean, it's weird. It's like, yeah, we did better, but you know, in my opinion, we didn't do as well as we should have. I started the year saying 10 million. You know, and I mean, here's the thing, Mr. Dongs. You know, go back and calculate everybody who's, you know, include people who say, I'm not Comicsgate, but who very clearly are Comicsgate, but just have a problem with me.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, include Mike S. Miller's $3,000 in that, for example, for his new book. And you know, Doug TenNaples stuff as well. I mean, these guys are all Comicsgate. It can't just be people who associate with me and approve of me are Comicsgate. But anyway, 5.7 million is pretty good, and we'll push to do better than that in 2021. You know, with bigger projects, more people included, and we got to get more people up in the 200,000 range. We got a lot of people in the 100,000 range this year, but I think we had 13 people hit 6 figures, and we got to get more people in the 6-figure range. Everybody needs to grow in 2021.
Ethan, I don't know if you saw my message, but that artist that you tagged me to see his art, I sent him a script and he really liked it. So I'm gonna be doing draft 2 pretty soon.
I think 2021 is gonna be huge. I think everybody's ready for something new, and I think they finally sank the ship hard enough in Marvel and DC. I mean, DC's doing their Marvel Now replacement character crap. Like 5 years later, like it's going to sink so fast. I mean, the gay Star-Lord thing, all this stuff's like going way too far over the ledge to this point. It's gonna finally be the death knell of comic shops, which means there's only one place to go if you actually want to get quality product.
Yeah, we'll see what happens though. That's interesting.
I'm gonna play the Snowman promo here.
New from All Caps Comics, Snowman, A Cold Day in Hell. The victim of a genocidal massacre has somehow returned from the dead and is carving a path of death across the heart of America. Driven by the echoes of silent screams, this is the story of a man once known as Black Dog, the one now forever known as the Snowman. Snowman, A Cold Day in Hell, back it today, only on Indiegogo.
Hell yeah. I'm so excited for this one, Ethan. Now, I asked you this on Kiwi Farms, but I don't think you answered it. Are you considering doing a version of this that's still in black and white and not color? Because I'm very glad you hit the stretch goal to make this art color, but I would much prefer to read it in black and white.
Yeah, you're not alone. I heard a lot of that. And you know, Matt's work is usually in black and white just out of necessity, you know, because he's so small press. So he learned to draw in black and white. And, you know, coloring, you know, now I kind of regret saying it's going to be in color, but I feel like on the other hand, a lot of our readers would feel like they would feel ripped off if it wasn't in color, you know. I don't know, but eventually, yeah, we should.
It's gonna pop so much. I'm all the way color.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm yeah. It's for customers, but yeah. Would we do a black and white version later? Sure. You know, let's see how well this one does, and try to. Yeah, there we are.
Oh man, look at this.
20 years old. That's Matt Martin there holding a book called Vortex. The issue that he's holding was his rather vicious anti-abortion issue of Vortex, where he said he got sick doing this. I remember him. He's a born-again Christian, very devout Christian. He actually depicted what an abortion looked like. And Vortex was there, I believe, saving the souls of the children. You know, and that kind of took...
Holy crap, I want to read that.
Yeah, I mean that took Elkhart, Indiana. Like, I mean, he had his little neighborhood there. You know, they were full of Christians, but he was all over the news for that, local news, and you know, they saw him as a big hero. And you've got Trent Kanuga sitting there with his book Deadbolt before he started Creed. You know, we just started there.
Awesome. And then which issue of Cyberfrog is this? I can't really see because it's so like blurry.
Well, that's Cyberfrog 1. That's my very first comic book.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 20 there, and you know, I was in New Jersey. These guys were like, Matt Martin lived in Elkhart, Indiana, and he knew this kid, Trent Kanuga, who went to his same high school. So when Matt Martin got this comic book deal, he got Alan Stewart, who was kind of a mayoral candidate, super fan of comics, to start a publishing company. Alan was like, do you know any more like teenagers who want to do comics? Because Alan, I guess, didn't want to work with adults. He wanted to swindle kids. I'm sorry, Alan. I'm sorry. But he did. We did these comic books. He promised us like $500. None of us ever got paid for any of them. But we got our comic books in print. So Matt brought along Trent Kanuga. And then, I saw their books in the stand, and I wrote them letters. I called Matt at his home, and I said, hey, man, I'm sending you a submission. Please look at it. The internet wasn't really a thing then. And they brought me along. So I took a Greyhound bus out to hang out with these guys. We planned for the future. It was really fun. I mean, when you're young and you're on the fringes of comics, trying to break in, you're too young to know any better. You're too young to know what you don't know. Man, those were good times. So fun.
Hell yeah. I'm glad there was no Doug TeNapel back then to talk you out of it.
Yeah, see, that would have been tremendously discouraging, and that's not what we only needed to hear. Positivity. We only needed self-belief back then. We didn't need anyone to say, well, you guys aren't very good. And that, that would have killed us. Yeah, that, by the way, in the chat, that's Vortex number 3 from Hall of Heroes, if you want to see if you can find it on eBay.
Does he have the rights to that? Can you reprint that at some point?
Yeah, he's got the rights to Vortex. Matt has kind of Matt's a Christian, and Matt is a real Christian, and Matt feels
That's
like
awesome.
a sinner right now because Matt has a kid, and he's divorced. And, it's not telling tales out of school to let you know. Matt came to me like, my life is upside down. In order to pay my bills, I've been working for Avatar Press, drawing like smut.
Avatar's pretty gross. Is Matt on Twitter? I mean, this sounds like the type of guy
I'm on Twitter.
be friends with.
Yeah, sure.
What's his Twitter account?
Matt, I probably Matt Martin, but anytime you see Snowman retweeted somewhere, you'll find his Twitter in there.
Okay, cool.
And people should follow him and definitely support his book.
I will.
Hell yeah. I'm excited for this one. I might end up backing this one before I even back Rainbow the Brute, which I still need to back, and I plan on backing it. But man, I'm just super excited for this one. It just looks really cool.
Will you refresh that? I mean, Nasser, I think you're selling books for me right now. I really appreciate it.
Let's see.
I don't know about Snowman. I haven't looked at that. Snowman's where it is. I gotta do more promo for Snowman. We're gonna get that one to 100,000. Oh, you did, Nasser. Thank you. You sold a bunch of books for me.
Hell yeah. Let me put. Let's see. Let's put in here. Back the Brute. There we go. So everybody go check out these books. I'm really excited for Snowman especially, but Rainbow Brute just looks killer. Let me zoom in here a bit so you guys can see this better. Oops, when we play the video here.
New from All Caps Comics, Rainbow the Brute, the last real man in fairyland. A tale of prismatic pain, a spectrum of brutality, and a pretty good dad. Choke slam a unicorn by backing it today, only on Indiegogo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. This
is awesome.
It is awesome.
Ethan, I know you said you're not sure about if you want to put my stories into the Cool Story Bro book, but I mean, I don't know. I'm curious what you have to say about them. Now there's I sent you like 3 of them in there, and one of them I thought that was really funny was a Sleeping Beauty one, but then you said someone else is already doing Sleeping Beauty, but
yeah, Bill Willingham is. Bill Willingham is making his Comicsgate premiere. He's working on. Bill's got his own project which involves like Reagan. I can't say too much about it. He showed me his project, and it's like it's very strange. It's in a good way. And
he's one of those creative guys out there. It'll be wild, I'm sure.
Yeah, and he's doing he's making his premiere in Cool Story Bro. He has agreed to do a story. He's got a story idea. He might do more than one. And I think he's drawing it too, which is cool. Bill Willingham's a hell of an artist.
I actually didn't know that. I didn't know he drew.
Yeah.
Well, my Sleeping Beauty one I sent you was it's about this dude that he's really fat, right? And he just sleeps a lot, smokes pot. And then one day people break into his house, but like the funny part is like his recliner he's in like breaks. So he like rolls and goes down the stairs and ends up knocking down the villains and defeating them while he's in his sleep.
I think that happened to me the other day, honestly. Matt, that's a good idea. Matt C says, can Ethan address the question about creators platforming multiple books at once? I've gotten flack for doing something similar. I don't see the issue, but others do. What does that mean? Like I've got 3 books going at once on Indiegogo?
Yeah,
like
I think he means that.
I thought you were going to add to that. I think he means that and you stopped dead.
Oh, no, I was just saying, I was just thinking about it like what my own answer would be. I mean, I guess you could answer it first.
Well, I mean, here's the thing about it. First of all, it's going to be up to customers to decide. It's like how much credit are they going to extend to any particular creator? Because that's what this is. If you're waiting on your last book from them and they've already got another book up there, you've got to say, do I trust these guys? So, I mean, really, it is a matter of whether or not you believe that the books are going to come out and you trust the creative team. So that's on the customers. From my perspective as a creator right now, I need to, in order to keep product going, in order to have more than one book every 16 months, I do need to, be funding a book while another book is in production and another book is fulfilling. I've got to have 3 books going at once. I built a mechanism at this point of fulfillment. I don't need anyone else. I have a crew that actually does all the design. They designed warts and all. It's absolutely beautiful. I've got people who are making sure that the toy stuff is handled. So basically, a lot of the problems that are, bedevil most people are taken care of. I'm actually building a business. So I can't, I don't want to just do 1 book a year. I would like to do 3 or 4 books a year. And not all of them will be drawn by me. Clearly, Matt Martin is doing one of them. So in order to grow All Caps Comics and actually make it something that's producing more than 1 book a year under these circumstances, not doing what John's doing. John's a writer. He's putting his books out through Amazon and digitally and all this stuff as well. Print on demand is his solution to this. But that's not what I do. I want to do collectible, high-end, product that does take time, that you need specialty printers for. That is, I need to be funding, I need to be producing, and I need to be fulfilling all at once. So, again, people should do whatever they want to do, but we've seen the perils of that most vividly, I think, with like Antonio Bryce and Brand. He launched Brand 2 before Brand 1 had completely fulfilled, and I think he took a situation where he probably would have hit 6 figures with his sequel, and people just weren't going to extend him the courtesy or the credit to take a chance on Brand 2 when they didn't have Brand 1 in their hands.
Yeah, I mean, I think it ultimately depends on the customers. If they want to back another campaign while you have multiple open. But I'm fine with it from people that launch it if they've got a track record. Like, we already know you're going to fulfill, and we already know you're going to give people a bunch of awesome extras, and like the values there. Like, it was on Kiwi Farms, I think yesterday, when you said if you back for $25 and $10 shipping, you get 3 comic books, a toy, 6 trading cards, a sticker, and who knows what else. Like, we already know you're gonna, make good on that because you've already put out a lot of stuff. And I mean, so if it's someone like you that launches, 3 campaigns near the same time, I'm fine with that because I know you're going to deliver it. But then, when there's somebody, I guess if I want to say with a smaller name, or maybe somebody that, because Matt does have a track record. I mean, I have 2 of his books, but I mean, it's just when you don't have, as much of a following, people might not be more willing to take the chance, I guess. Because I don't know, I've seen other people, that have campaigns open at, the same time, and then people are like, oh, but where's the book? They might be like a newer creator or might not have delivered on quite a few campaigns before. So
it depends on what the market will bear, and you can kind of get a sense about that just from kind of where you're at. I try to fulfill everything before launching the next campaign every time. Next year, I'm going to have to run 2 around the same time just because I have my comic thing, which I just have to get out every quarter and just keep doing it. And then I am going to be actually kickstarting a book because this one actually is going to have a musical accompaniment to it. I've got a opera singer / harp player who's going to be doing fantasy music that ties into the book.
And I'm going to do a good job at it.
Yeah.
I don't think most people haven't heard my opera singing, but it's
going to be beautiful. Yeah. I've heard your beautiful singing and beautiful voice before. So
thank you.
Yeah. But I'm going to have to pay for the recording studio and all that for that. So it's not like a normal book. I can't just release it to Amazon. So we'll see how that goes. But I generally recommend just trying to do one at a time for most people.
Also, Ethan, because this guy's talking about his submission to you, there was another story I sent you that was Hansel and Gretel, which it's funny though, because you know how the witch tries to eat them. Well, in this one at the end, like they put the witch in the oven, they eat her, and they love the taste of flesh so much that they open up their own like deli or butcher shop where they're like eating people.
Jesus God Almighty! You know the idea of this is mostly to be high tea, not weird. You know, it's like the
other one was more high tea. This one was just weird.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be because the thing about it is that the ideal version of what we're going to be sending to people will be like, girlfriends giving this to their boyfriends as a gag gift, like this book, Cool Story Bro. And it's super high tea, over the top, funny, versions of, gay fairy tales that are no longer gay fairy tales. They're cool.
I'd like to do My Little Pony meets Straight Outta Compton and call it The Ponies in the Hood.
Well, we already got that though, John. I mean, we got My Girthy Stallion.
Very nice.
My Little Pony.
I think the third one might have been Bambi getting revenge. Like he goes to the hunter's camp and lights the tent on fire. That's a little high tea, isn't it?
That would be cool. Yeah, like Bambi's Revenge.
That's actually what it's called. I think I might have titled it Bambi's Revenge.
I would change the name of Bambi though. I would come up with something else.
Bambro, something like that.
Bambro.
Yeah, like bam, bro. Like he lit him on fire.
Yeah, like a deer just taking revenge on the hunters that killed its mother, It'd be cool.
Yeah. So I mean, if you like any of those, Ethan,
I don't like any of them. I'm sorry.
Not even the Bambi one?
Not that much,
Well, maybe next time.
Maybe the Nasser, maybe we'll get you in. I'm doing one pagers in there. Kelsey's doing a bunch of these rewritten nursery rhymes, so and they're just like 1-page strips, and maybe that could be something.
Maybe. Maybe I'll ask Kelsey which ones he's doing so I can find one he's not doing and try and do something with it. We'll see.
I will assign you. It'll be very professional. I will assign you a job.
Okay. Sounds good.
Ethan.
Gigantic Android says, EVS rejected my golden locks and the 3 bears. A stud happens upon the home of 3 gay bears.
Oh. That's
that too.
Yeah, that's so they're just men. They're gay men in the woods, and a stud.
DC Black Label might love that. You might want to try it there.
Yeah,
why couldn't it be more? Sorry, why couldn't it be more like I don't know, like a bear stumbles upon 3 blondes and he just has all these blondes that are just all over.
Now
him.
see, Nasser. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. It would be an actual bear. Finding a home of 3 Goldilocks, 3
Right.
women living together, and sampling them, and saying one of them isn't so great at this or that, one of them is the other way, but this one's just right.
Yes, can that be the one? Can I write this now?
I don't know.
Ethan, I will write it after this stream. I will write it. I will send it to you. That'll be gold. Sorry, I really like this idea.
I like when Nasser finds something funny. Like Nasser's just cracking up. Yeah, probably not. I don't know about pornography. I don't know if pornography.
It's not going to be porn. It's not going to be porn. It's going to be like basic things you look for in a woman. Like this one. She can't cook. But this one. But she knows how to like clean or something. Like things like that. It's not going to be porn, I promise.
Okay.
And we got Jason here posting the link for his Sile, so everybody go check out my book Sile. Let me see what else we got going on here in the chat. Charlie's London is closing tonight, people. Please back if you haven't. Yeah, let me pull that up.
Hey guys, I gotta go. What Andrea just came home when I woke up, and she's like, "Oh, you're immediately going on the internet, huh?" I said, "I gotta go say hi to Nasser." She said, "What?" Anyway, I gotta run. John, nice talking to you, and Nasser, you as well.
Hey, good chatting.
You. Hail Caesar. See you,
Bye-bye.
Ethan. Peace. Yeah, let's take a look at Charlie's London here. Let me share my screen here. That was so nice to have Ethan come by.
Yeah. I love Charlie's London. Ethan actually made me aware. Oh, actually, Mecca McCheese made me aware of this, I should say, because he started blasting it, and then I opened it up, and I'm like, "This looks awesome." What the hell?
Right. I don't know how he dislikes it. I really don't. Like, it looks great, and it's got 11 hours left. 491 backers. I would love it if you guys go and back this book. I still need to back it. This is the thing. It's like there's so many books I need to back. I really am interested in this because I've recently started getting into silent film. I haven't watched a Charlie Chaplin film, though, but I do have one called The Kid. I recently bought it. And, I'm going to watch it soon-ish, maybe. But this is something I'm really interested in. And silent film is something I just recently, this year started to, really get into. And I really think you guys should back this, though. It's really close to $40,000. It looks like it's $1,063 away, 491 backers, and 11 days left. And
I really like these retrospective looks of classic culture, because I'm really all about like golden age and the pulp era and all that. If you guys follow me on my channel or anything like that, that's what I like to discuss and what I like to sort of uplift. And so things that are kind of bringing back that aesthetic and bringing back sort of things that have been memory hold, like Charlie Chaplin in our culture, just really mean a lot to me. So I'm glad this is out there.
Right. And I've watched quite a few silent film documentaries and stuff. And man, John, can you believe it that when Hollywood started, it was just a bunch of nice, just conservative people that they're just yeah, this is a business, and we want to put out stuff, that people like, and and because they, there was no such thing as famous movie stars, before Hollywood started, and then it starts, and all these people were people that just used to be just normal people, you know what I mean?
Normal people.
They just found their way there, and so the messages they put in their movies and stuff are for normal people.
Well, it's the same thing with comics. I've become pretty good friends with Chuck Dixon and Mike Barron and that sort of generation of guys, and they were normal people, and it seems like the past 10 years recently that it's just flipped over to these just very bizarre, people with no social skills. I can't say words I want to say.
Right. And it's just it almost feels like it happened overnight, but it's just something that they just they get their way in there, and then it's just slowly they just first they put in a couple things here's I'm trying to think of an example now, and it's slipping me, but
it starts with corporations like this,
right?
They go, we're going to have an HR department now, and then we're going to have meetings about being diverse and inclusive, and it's just going to be a 1 hour thing, and you're going to be okay. And and then suddenly the HR department hires 3 new people who are all their friends, and suddenly there's blue hairs in the office, and they're just okay, so we're gonna have a new meeting about pronouns and about being seen, and then pretty soon your entire company doesn't even make your products anymore, and you're just going around having these meetings over and over again about diversity. And that's what comics has become, what movies have become, what major corporations have become. And that's why we need to pay attention to the era where there was actually good culture, like the Charlie Chaplin era. So
right.
Great stuff. The art's beautiful. So I'm stoked for this. I backed it.
Oh man, I would love to see more of this. Chaplin denies he's a communist. We're never going to see this again. That's the thing, dude. Is I watched another documentary. It wasn't about silent film. It was about movies in general and Hollywood. And there was the whole thing where people were blacklisted if they were commies. And I'm like,
I wish we could be in those days.
All right, why can't we go back to blacklisting commies?
Yeah.
Man, I would love this. I would love it if I got on Twitter and I just saw this. This guy denies he's a commie. Hell yeah. I hate commies, bro. But this just looks really good. I dig this art. I don't know who the artist is on here, but I really dig them, whoever they are. But I think you guys should all go back this book, back Charlie's London. It looks fantastic. I'm going to back this book myself. I should probably do it now, before it ends. It's got 11 hours left, but they've got a few covers too. I would even say buy the Donald cover if you like it. Donald did this cover here. It's a good cover.
I didn't get the Donald cover.
Oh, well, I'm not going to get it. But if you guys like, Donald's work, you can get the Donald cover. I think it's a good cover. My favorite one is, I think we already actually looked at it. I think it was back up at the start, wasn't it? Yeah, we did. This one right here where he's giant sitting down. But they got 3 covers here, if you guys want to get one of those cool covers they got. But the book looks really great. And this is the cover I'm going to get when I back it. I really dig this. It just looks really cool.
Jay Hamilton says now commies are celebrated for being traitors. It's crazy to me that you can have like a sitting congressman who's like banging commie spies and taking money from the CCP in China that's getting funneled into his campaign. Everybody knows that it exists, and like there's absolutely no repercussions for it. We're in a weird part of our society now where it's like laws don't matter, things don't apply. I mean, we do have the biggest election fraud in American history. Sorry, Nasser, your channel's gonna get canceled now. But it exists. It's been proven over and over again, and nobody's doing anything about it because like the left like is okay with it, and then the right is like so scared that like they're gonna like cause some drama or something like that if they actually uphold the laws, that they just won't touch it. And so we have one side that's willing to fight like to the point where they'll cheat and kill people and they'll bang commies and they'll sell out the entire country to China. And then you've got the other side that like won't even fight because like they'll be like fighting is against my principles. And so that's where we're at. I'm pretty pissed off, but you know what? This is we're gonna have a great movement building out of this.
Hell yeah.
About real things and getting real things accomplished. And I feel like that's where we're at in comics too. We're starting to have this movement where we're going to actually get comics accomplished. We're going to freaking destroy the mainstream industry because we just have so many better books than them at this point. We are going to just burn gay Star-Lord down to the ground with our awesome products. And
wow, John wants to burn the gays. See how it is. But Mr. Dongs says Charlie Chaplin doesn't even have a giant gun or bang Lillian Gish. This comic sounds soy. Mecca is right to dog on it. Oh boy.
Yeah, gigantic android, MAGA. That's right. That's where we're at. MAGA forever.
Oh boy, but let me see. But I think we already read this one where Jay Hamilton says now they're celebrated for being traitors. Totally. And let me see. Nasser longs for the days of segregation and blacklisting. Not segregation, but if somebody's a commie, I'm all for blacklisting them.
We already have segregation. They have non-white only like everything. So you can have your non-white clubs and whites aren't allowed, and you can get into SFWA now, which is Science Fiction Writers of America. If you're black, you get in for free, but if you're white, you have to pay. I mean, we already have segregation. It's here.
But we got Neon
benefits black people.
We got Neon in here who says it used to be that only the best human traits could become famous. Now it's the opposite. Facts. And of course, we got Gigantic Android saying mega. I don't know what that is.
MAGA.
No, it's not.
Matt,
YouTube,
it is
it's not YouTube. Don't delete my channel.
Oh, so, I mean, it's not.
But Jay Hamilton said Gaylord. Oh boy. Did Chaplin do any drugs in the book like the movie? I don't know. I haven't read it. Not interested in Chaplin books, but good for her. That's all right, man. But yeah, here's John's. And I told you, John, you could sub or you could tell us to shill at any time. But yeah, everyone go sub to John here.
My shilling doesn't help though. I've gotten 0 sales and 0 channel subscribes from you, Nasser. I don't know what's going on.
Oh boy. Well, we'll do a little more shilling for both of us right now. I'll get mine out the way real quick since you're the guest tonight. We'll spend a little more time with yours. But let me put a Sile right here in the chat. If you guys want to back my book, Sile, we recently passed $3,000, and we've got about 6 days here to go. So if you guys want to back us, time's running out. And it's only $10 for the book. And of course, we have some other tiers on here as well. If you guys want to get the thank you page, that's $55. That one helps us out the most because you pay a lot more to get on the thank you page. And every dollar goes a long way on these campaigns. So if you guys are paying extra to get on the thank you page, we really appreciate it. So thank you very much for that. But like I said, the book is $10, physical or digital. We've got tiers with multiple copies, and we've got head sketches. We've got original pages. We've got the original cover art. If you guys want to check out my book Asile, it's in the chat and the description. And also, let me grab John's link right here for his books. There we go. All right, and we could take a look again at your campaign here, John. Did I really not get you any backers? I'm sorry.
You're all back.
Everyone go back, John, so I don't so he doesn't get mad at me.
26 books. I mean, there's something that every person in this chat would like out of all this, because I've really created an actual diverse lineup. And by diverse, I don't mean LGBT. I mean just like different ideas. And so there's a lot of different stuff on here. We've got if we're staying with comics, I don't know. Do you have book readers in here, or is it just comics?
I hope so. I mean, I've done a lot of book reviews, and they've got me like one or two new subs. Yeah. So presumably, there's at least one like book person sub in here.
One book person who probably wants to buy a book, and I've got tons of them. So,
right,
yeah, it's
right. So
got my YA steampunk, which is great. The first one's a coming of age sort of thing. And you know, it follows the plot of Star Wars a little bit. So if you want to kind of like tie it to that, you can. And after that, I go full pulp adventure with it. So if you like those old pulps that we've been talking about, that is a great series that really follows that along with like some great swashbuckling adventure and all that.
Awesome.
Science fiction. This is my baby series. So it's like Babylon 5 or Deep Space Nine, but continued. We really haven't had great sci-fi since those times, in my opinion. Everything's gone too dark and edgy, and everything else that's been going on with our SJW culture. So I wanted to bring it back and just have a nice, wholesome spy story that a war starting in this universe between the humans and an alien group called the Orishans. And our main character, Sean, is a guy who goes and signs up to become an Orishan and go spy on them. So definitely recommend that. That's the series I'm going to be writing most in, because I've really fleshed out that universe so much. There's going to be a ton going on in the future with side series and this whole space opera sort of thing brewing. And so I think that's the one I want to stick with promoting. I know I've got so many more books in here, but if you have to pick one, I say go with The Stars Entwined, and The Stars Asunder is its sequel. That's in there too. So check it out.
Awesome.
Hey, Mike. Mike's in the chat. Mike says you didn't get Mike any backers. Did I not get Mike any backers, or did Nasser not get Mike any backers?
Huh.
Mike, did I not get you backers, or did Nasser not get you backers?
He might mean me. But Vic says Nasser has no book reader subs. I might have like one or two, I think. Buy my books, please, and buy John's too. If you're a book reader, we have a bunch on Amazon, and John's got them all in this campaign.
Appreciate that.
But anyway, sorry, you were saying about Justified.
Oh, I wasn't. Justified's my Star Wars, not Star Wars. So of course, I, like you, got mad about what was going on with the Disney trilogy. It was pretty soy. It had a bunch of Mary Sues, and so I took a strong male lead with a laser sword, and I kind of gave the Star Wars universe a Christian take instead of a soy Eastern take. So it's now a Chad Christian take. And it's basically the Crusades in space. So if you're all into the Deus Vult and you want to retake Jerusalem, this is a great book for you to read.
Sounds good. And let's see what else there's on here. Let's see. Make science fiction fun again. This one's out of print, I think. It is
a short selection. So I never bothered to put it back into print. It's got a lot of stories that will trigger your favorite blue-haired friends in here. So you can enjoy it. It's got an introduction by Daddy Warpig. So if you're a Gamergate person, Daddy Warpig wrote a nice introduction to this, and I appreciate him doing that too. So
sounds good. And then there's let's see, what is this? Star Realms. This was based on that game, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I was hired to write the Star Realms app game novelization, and so I did one book of that. Sold really well, but for some reason they didn't bring me back, and I think politics had a lot to do with it, unfortunately. So
that is really unfortunate.
I got a few copies left. And Flying Sparks is my main superhero series. This is 4 volumes long with 3 side issues. So there's 15 issues total for anybody who wants to really binge read something. It's a long developing story that actually started. I think this was one of the early Comicsgate books to launch with the first volume. Has John Malin on the cover of volume 1, and you can and enjoy.
And yeah, John Malin did volume 1. Gary Shipman did volume 2. So if you followed along with Drawn and Quartered, you're going to have like the superstar artists on all of these. There's not a Mike Miller cover on it yet, but I don't know. Maybe Mike will do volume 5.
I want to get a Mike cover for one of my books soon. Which we'll take a look at his book soon.
Pascoe's on volume 4. James Pascoe worked on Azrael, Agent of the Bat, back in the day, if you guys remember that book. So Cosmic Warrior is my John Carter meets Green Lantern take. So if you want a strong male lead, again, with nice Christian background and just pure action, this is it. It's again like a sort of love letter to the old pulps. So, and you can tell that by the cover. Just I had a lot of fun with this, and I wanted to have some good role models for young boys.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. I'm going to give this one to my nephew. He's 3.5. I
don't think he'll be there yet. Clockwork since Steampunk's my bestseller, I wanted to do a steampunk comic. And Brad Ashworth, who I think has been drawn and quartered a bunch too, did the cover for this for me. So Mary MacArthur, good Christian lady, lives out in the boondocks and is a trad wife to an awesome dude. Did all the interior art. This is actually set in Victorian England, and a former member of Queen Victoria's Secret Service creates a clockwork automaton and actually gives it the spark of life. And the Church of England doesn't like that because they think it's a heresy, so they start chasing after her. So
I'm really interested in this one because it looks creepy.
Super creepy design. She did a great job on that. Yeah.
And I'm always interested with like anything along the lines of like I don't know, like I know it's not exactly like a puppet or something, but anything with like a something coming to life, like especially like a puppet or something coming to life, I love. So I think I might really like this one if something comes to life. And it looks super creepy, guys. Tell me you're not creeped out. Everybody in the chat, tell me you're not creeped out. And then there's what is this? High Tea Man?
High Tea Man. This is Dynamite Thor. And Dynamite Thor is a Golden Age superhero, and his power is he's immune to explosives. And so he actually chucks explosives behind him to propel him through the air in flight, and he chucks explosives at everything. Like, he has a mobster with a gun facing him, he chucks an explosive at the gun. It was a really absurd concept from the 50s. It lasted like 6 or 7 issues back then. And I thought it was great. So it's public domain. So I took it and I reimagined it for modern era. And as you can see, I didn't do anything SJW with it. I just made it awesome. And I stayed true to the original character. Ron Friends, who was on Amazing Spider-Man and actual Thor for years, did the cover on this one. He's actually my favorite comic book artist. So,
oh, mine's Terry Moore.
I love Terry too.
Terry's the guy. I still need to watch your stream you did with him.
I know. I was so excited that Terry Moore came on my stream, and like it got very few views. I was shocked. So
I missed it originally because I was at work, and I was like, after I got all this time off for COVID, I'm just like, man, you couldn't have just done the stream while I was off. But no, I still have to go back and actually watch it.
Oh, Baz in the chat says Dynamite Thor is hysterically as the old stories. If you have the old stories, really check out. If you think those are funny, like I went way over the top, you're really gonna love it. You should definitely get that one. So Spectacular Comics is like my catch-all. So I do short stories for Patreon, and because I've got Patreon like money coming in from that, I use it for comic art for shorts. And so I have a ton of ideas, if you can't tell, and I never know what to promote and I never know what to do. So I try to do this as like my catch-all. If I have an idea, I want to try to stick with my current series I already have going at this point. So there's an ice agent vampire hunter in here. There's a werewolf kitten in here. There's a samurai story, obviously. I've got a Western. I've got it's all over the map. So I just do a bunch of cool little shorts with different artists, trying to highlight just kind of the depth of the fact that I can write anything. And it's sort of just like my fun project.
Sounds good, dude. And if you guys want to fund my Patreon, so I could, do this too, the link to my Patreon's in the description.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I hope to get to the point where I can do full. Oh yeah, the one that got me in trouble. Robotoad Wrecked Manlet. Yes. This one changes the way you read comics in every single way. And basically a robot goes awry and its creator has to go stop it before it kills his girlfriend. So just a classic monster story right there. The artist and I are working on a science fiction graphic novel right now, which is going to actually be about I guess it's going to be a commentary on cancel culture and sort of the internet, but with like a sci-fi cyberpunk type of world. So yeah, definitely want to check out this artist. She reminds me a lot of Mark Bagley, so I like her work.
Oh boy! And then we got to the end of it. So
I know that's all my comics. We have a lot of comics and my books.
Right, we went through a lot of things here, guys. John's got a lot of stuff for sale, so if you want to check that out,
you never run out of
his campaign.
Cool.
And then, of course, Mike was wanting us to get him backers, so we'll see if we can. Let me see here. Let's see, Lone Star, Mind of the Monster. Let me get it pulled up here. I'll share my screen in just a second here. Oh boy, I got so many tabs open. But here, let me get this in the chat here. Let's see, Lone Star 3. And let me share my screen. There we go. So this is Lone Star Mind of the Monster, you guys. Mike recently extended the campaign another 30 days. He's got 27 days left. 477 backers. He's at $25,257. So if you guys backed book 1 and 2 and you liked it, then come back for book 3. And if you haven't backed it before, you could even read the PDF of issue 1 right here. Up at the top of the campaign. He's got the link there. We'll go through some of the art here. Now this is for Monster Hunt. I know this one's Mind of the Monster. Monster Hunt's another book. It's sort of a companion book, not really a tie-in, but a companion, and you could click there to get to the other campaign. But also he's got his Injustice art here. So it takes us a while before we even get, like, here's Game of Thrones art. So it takes us a while before we get to the books art, but here we are with the cover I bought because I did back this, and I got the Kim Jung-ji cover with Kelsey Shannon colors. So this is the cover I bought, and here's one of the covers Mike did, and let's see, here's this one. There we go. It's Kari Evans, and here's another one that Mike did, and this guy Pablo Pantalina, I think I said that right. But anyways, here's some of the interiors. Mike is just a fantastic artist, one of my favorites. Are you still with me, John?
Yes.
Okay, because you haven't really said anything.
Sorry, you were shilling Mike. I was letting you do it.
Yeah, I know, but when I'm like, oh yeah, he's such a great artist, you could be like, oh yeah, he is.
Yes, Mike is a great artist. Love Mike.
Oh boy, but yeah. Yes, but here's some of the pages. So yeah, if you guys want to go check out Lone Star, I just put the link in the chat. I'll put it again now. There we go. Let me see what I missed. Looks like a lot of good stuff there. Oh, totally. Let's see. Hello, white people. I guess that's just to you, John.
I disavow white people.
Yeah, we all should. Neon says, like Mind of the Beast in a way. I don't know what that means. Anyways, let's see. Scotty says, imagine how much more Lone Star 3 would have if Mike was CG. It'd probably be like 10 times what he's got now. Just saying. I'm just answering it, Mike. I'm not hating on him. Just saying. Mr. Donk says, I don't know why Mike spends his time drawing some guy in a motorcycle jacket dicking around in Texas when he could be drawing sprawling fantasy epics.
Mr. Dongs likes sprawling fantasy epics, so here's going to be my next project, which I got shared for you guys, which is called Deus Vult, and it is a sprawling fantasy epic with awesome art by Jesse White, who is a wonderful guy, and as you can tell, he's got John Buscema's like Conan look nailed.
I see a lot of Ditko in this.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, that was definitely my instruction. So,
whenever I want trippy backgrounds in the book, I just say draw something like Steve Ditko. That's all you gotta say. Yeah, this does look really fantastic though. When's this launching?
Probably February. I think we're getting close to having colors done to the second issue. Maybe somebody in the chat might want to illuminate on whether colors are getting close to done for the second issue. I don't know. Let's if it goes fast enough for the chat to answer that question here. I don't know how close we are to the second issue being done, but this is the third issue being drawn. And I do my books in threes because I like the whole 3-act sort of thing. Yes, colors for the second issue are going to be done this week, says Matt C. Thank you, Matt C. So spoilers on who's coloring it. Yeah, so this is going to be, I think this is the ultimate Comicsgate project at the end of the day. It's got Crusade, it's got high tea, it's got monsters, it's got awesome sprawling fantasy, beautiful art. This is the anti-industry in a nutshell, and it's gonna be, it's gonna crush it. I think this is gonna crush it. So
everything the mainstream doesn't want you to have, it's all rolled up into one book
on Kickstarter, and I'm a little nervous on that front, just having the title Deus fold. But
the only thing I need in this book now is a commie getting blacklisted.
Just degenerates get beheaded. It's even better.
Okay, close enough. Close enough. But let's see. Mr. Donk says, I mean, they cost the same amount to draw. Okay. Vic King sends a thinking emoji. Vic didn't get the link to the stream today, actually, because I'm a little upset with him.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's this was a 50-50 split. He's sort of down to about 40 now. It's about 60-40 now. He kind of got on my bad side. So maybe Vic could work his way back to 50-50. If we get maybe some people don't want him on the stream. I was about to say, if we get another backer right now, we'll bring Vic on, but maybe they don't want him on. So next person that backs Asile gets to decide if we bring Vic on or keep him off. And if we don't get a backer, we're just going to keep him off. So whoever backs Asile next gets to decide. Neon says, Mind of the Monster or Beast like in Revelation. Well, I don't know. Maybe Mike could answer that. Let me see what else is going on here. Vic says Mind of the Monster crossover with Mind of Micah. And Mike says Micah has no mind.
Oh, it never gets old dunking on Micah.
Oh boy. But yeah, Matt says colors for issue 2 done this week. As much as I like looking at this art, I'm going to take it off the screen real quick.
Okay.
So I could share my screen here, and we could go back to looking at Asile. And like I said, guys, next backer decides if we bring Vic on or not. So let me put Asile here in the chat. So maybe if we get a backer, it could be up to 41, 59%. Our split instead of 60-40 now.
I'm on for 2.5 hours, and I gotta get shit doing. So
yeah, we'll see. Maybe we'll see if we could bring Vic on. Rip. We'll see if we could get another backer. Let's refresh. All right, we didn't get one. I guess people don't want Vic on. Vic says back Asile, Nasser, and my first Blacklist Galaxy Universe title. Oh yeah, we're ripping off Blacklist Universe. It's a Blacklist Galaxy Universe.
Galaxy. I guess I'll make Blacklist Multiverse.
Blacklist Multiverse. Oh, that's a good one. That's even better. Why didn't Vic think of that?
I know
one?
Galaxy's kind of a downgrade from Universe, so I wanted to upgrade from it, right? So
Blacklist Galaxy. Blacklist Multiverse. Yeah, that sounds really good. Blacklist Multiverse. Eric N. Boyd says we don't want Nasser on.
Yeah, Nasser, can you leave and I'll just handle this?
All right. Bye.
Sweet. I got my own show on Nasser's channel now. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the chat. And I hope we're all doing well. Can I invite people? I don't have a link to. Oh, I can invite people.
Yes, you can invite people if you want. Just came back in to say that.
Oh, dang it. Okay, good. I do have the link to be able to invite people. So I'm going to invite Matt C into here to chat because I can. Oh, I can't bring people backstage though because I don't have the. This is going to be difficult. Maybe Nasser will add people that I actually bring in. So let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to bring Matt in. Let me see if I can get Mike in. We can have everybody but Nasser in. This will be great. I have to find everybody.
Just don't bring Vic in.
Just don't. I won't bring Vic in, and I won't bring. Nasser, you're gonna have to add people that if they come in, you're gonna have to add them. It's the only thing. This is now my show on Nasser's channel. This is amazing. Okay, so I invited Mike Miller and I invited Matt C. Matt C says he's at work for the next bit. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep going because I have to actually work. It's actually a thing.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, we probably should get around to ending this thing. We've been going for 2.5 hours. I thought we were going to go for an hour, and then we just sort of kept going.
Holy crap.
Luckily, I already did all my writing today. I wrote 3,000 words this morning before 10:30. John,
I got to do. See, I haven't written any, so that's where I got to do things.
Oof, you're slacking. I wrote 3,000 words. I watched the movie. I did a 2.5 hour stream. Like, I'm just getting everything done today.
Jeez. Cool. Well, I'll get working on that. And thanks for having me on, Nasser. It was fun.
Yeah, man. And one last time before I end here, I'm just going to put our links in the chat. I'm posting Sile here, and then I'm going to post the link for John's Indiegogo here. Here we go. So if you guys like this stream today, please hit the thumbs up or thumbs down, whichever one you prefer. Share out the link to this stream and check out our books. Of course, Asile's got about 6 days left, and John's campaign's in demand, and it's probably staying like that for a while. 46 people in here, guys. Share out the stream anyways, even though it's ending. Maybe, just maybe, someone might want to catch it on replay or something. Who knows? But thank you all for joining us, and thank you, John, for being on the stream with me, and thanks, Ethan, for being on here. Hail Caesar. He was on for a little bit. If you guys missed it, it's worth it to rewind on the replay and catch the part where he was on here. Malin Militia, guys. Peace. Stop the steal.